first goal of the year goes for the Raiders.
Oh, beautiful shot there. Nicely done. Gets the pin.
How was that beautiful? Onside kick, and it's recovered by Hastings.
And he's rung up for strike 3.
Zablawi! Touchdown Raiders!
Welcome back to the 2022 Minnesota State Team Wrestling Championships, where our Hastings Raiders are in the consolation brackets after falling to the Anoka Tornadoes in the first round. In this round, we have a familiar foe that I'm sure a lot of Hastings fans are looking forward to seeing against. We take on the Apple Valley Eagles. I'm Kyle Kreiser. Join with me, as always, Mitch Sheeman. Mitch, what do you think about today's duel against Apple Valley?
Yeah, one thing I'm looking forward to is Hastings against Apple Valley. Back when I wrestled, that's a team that was always at the top of the podium. That Apple Valley means a little bit more to Hastings, so trying to get a win against Valley is always a nice thing to do. When you look at their overall tournament scores, they've been to, I think they had roughly 23 state titles.
Wow.
And that included 10 straight state titles in a row from 2006 to 2000.
Yeah, they had a stretch up until 2018 where they basically went to the state tournament for 35 straight years. This is a different Apple Valley squad, though. New head coach, Josh Barledge, really building the program within, right?
Yes.
For a long time, Apple Valley was kind of bringing kids from outside the district, bringing them in. Rightly so. I mean, if kids want to come there, this year's team a little bit different. Young squad. They're the 8th seed coming in. They got beat by St. Michael Albertville in the first round. Hastings on the flip side went into the first round, maybe slight favorites against Anoka, struggled in that match to really get away from the bottom, lost a couple matches that were really tight. They got to come back with.
Yeah, they got to come back with a little bit more oomph, maybe a little bit more, some better wrestling here in this next match. It's going to be really important to start off right away, right at 106. With Trey. Hopefully, we'll see if Trey wrestles 106. I'm sure he will.
Yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties there. We got a lot of noise coming through the XL Energy Center right now. But like Coach Sheeman was saying there, the first couple matches will be really interesting. What does Hastings do to kind of match up with Apple Valley? They got 2 ranked guys at 106 and 113. We have 2 really good wrestlers in our own right. This will be interesting to see. I will say that Trey Beisel wrestles the exact same kid in the individual portion in the first round. So they're probably going to keep him at 106 if I had to guess.
Okay, that'll be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, another interesting weight class is 120, 126 pounds. Apple Valley has 2 really good wrestlers, Keiichi Kong and Tyler Loudenbach, potentially against Mark Svoboda and Jack Bainbridge. Where do you flip them? Apple Valley, maybe if they win 3 out of the first 4, they have a chance in this duel. I think Hastings has to feel fairly good about this dual meet, though.
Yep. And the other one I'm looking forward to is 220. Austin Flay wrestling up there. We'll see if he wrestles on this match against Anoka. He did not. That Anoka already had it sealed up. So on this mat, we'll see if he wrestles at 220 because the kid he's wrestling, Connor Elliott, is almost a 40-match winner. He's a senior.
And they do have prior history. Austin beat him in an earlier match, a really tight match. I believe it was 8-6. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how the match plays out. I think one other match that may have potential to be an interesting one is 160. Apple Valley has Marcel Booth, talented sophomore. Who's Hastings going to send out? Are they going to send out Xander Hallis? Are they going to bump Aiden? Aiden had a tough loss against Anoka in that first round. You want to build some confidence going into that individual portion as well. I know for Apple Valley, it's about quality showing right now. Realistically, they're not favored in this duel. They could keep it close if they come ready to battle. Hastings, on the other hand, they want to have a different outlook. They want to come out guns a-blazing, be the aggressor.
Yes. And one thing they have to do is they have to reset their brain because that first match that they wrestled probably didn't go the way that they wanted to, right? So getting that team back, Coach Hannenberg probably pulled that team, talked to them for a little bit, reset their brains. They got a nice warm-up, got a good sweat going, and hopefully they can pull this one out.
Yeah, Hastings is a relatively young squad. They start basically 1 senior, maybe 2 with Tyler Miller kind of bouncing in between. Apple Valley, very young as well. I mean, in the first 5 weight classes, they have freshman, 8th grader, 9th grader. I mean, a couple juniors sprinkled in there, but really, they're a young lineup. They're going to be improving every single year. And Coach Josh Bartlett has done a wonderful job building that program back up after not getting to the state tournament in 2019. People kind of thought Apple Valley was down.
Yep.
They're back at it right now.
Yeah, absolutely. He's in, like you mentioned before, he's building within. Their youth program's coming up. Their ninth grade is always a tough team, but they are a young team. This year they're stepping out onto the state that state map. But next year, this is just a stepping stone for Apple Valley.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's see what Hastings rolls out here. Starting off at 106 pounds. Looks like Blake Beisel is going to step on the mat, but we'll see what happens. My other thought process, they could take Donovan Ward and throw him at 113 pounds as well. They do have that luxury.
Yep.
But this is a chance for your captains, your juniors, your Aiden Erickson, Josh Rout, to step up and get big wins. That's where they really need to win, is in the middle of the lineup, because that's where Apple Valley is kind of suspect. If they can get those wins, build that confidence, I think we'll get the steam kind of blowing in the right direction.
And I'm wondering if they're going to send out, if they send out Blake right away in that 106 match, is that they want to get bonus points with Blake. The Valley's got a number 6 ranked kid at 106. He's a 9th grader, but Blake's on a whole nother level this year. One thing that he's done is he's really been dedicated to his craft. He's done really, really well. So it'll be interesting to see which way Coach Annenberg wants to go, which Beisel he wants to throw up.
Yeah, and I apologize in advance if you hear a lot of muffled noise. The single-A state tournament is happening literally just to our side, and there's a lot of excited fans from these smaller towns that are here cheering them on. All right, we're going to get started here. Looks like Blake Beisel is going to be checking in at 106 pounds, taking on Lewis Prouty. Like Mitch said, he's ranked 6th at 106 pounds. Prouty is 31-10 on the year. Both guys looking to start off this match with a bang.
Yeah, 30 match winner. It's not easy to do as a 9th grader. So he's proven himself. He's a kid that has definitely had success at this level. So we'll see how Blake wrestles. Hopefully he continues to wrestle the way he has been and just keeps that train going.
Yeah, he's a man on a mission. I mean, you watched him first round, absolute hammer. Looking for that pin in the first round, he got it. He's also seeking an individual crown as well. Here we go. Hastings, Apple Valley, consolation bracket. Let's get after it. Here we go. Just as a reminder for you before we start the match, the winner of this match will continue wrestling. The loser will be done for the day. You're guaranteed 2 matches at the state tournament. Here we go. Blake Beisel starting us off at 106 pounds. Fighting for inside tie. Gets to a single leg shot. Nothing doing. Prouty working a high left side underhook. Beisel to a single leg. Goes out of bounds. They'll restart the middle.
Tall, lengthy 106 pounder. Something, again, opposite of what Blake is. A little shorter, compact. A lot of explosiveness in Blake, but it's a different body style.
Yeah, for sure. All right, banging on that head, looking for a high crotch. Switches right off, comes up with it. It's in a crack back position, see if he can swim out and cover the hips.
One thing that he did right there was he went from one move right to the next.
Gets the takedown, he's got a crossface already there, switches off to another crossface. We know Beisel's really tough on top.
Continuing to try to grind, pull those arms back, maybe work for a bar here. But we know he enjoys those cradles. He's comfortable trying to lock it up, can bait kids into that as well. And it looks like that's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, short arms on Beisel, but he can cradle anybody.
Yes.
Switches to an inside cradle, he's got it locked up, see if he can keep him on the mat. Prouty wisely kicks out of there.
Just excited.
Early 2-0 lead, a minute into the first period. It will be interesting to see what the Raiders do at 113 pounds, because Trey Beisel does have Laudenbach in the first round of the individual portions. I'm curious if they're going to send him out against Austin Laudenbach or if they're going to send Donovan Ward. So 2-1, back on our feet.
Both taking a shot.
Nice shot. He finishes. That was really nice by Blake. Kept his head up, which is why he got that shot.
Yep, and they were both taking a shot at the same time, but again, Blake's got a lot of power. Those legs are strong, and he just powered right through that double.
Yeah, 4-1, 30 seconds left first period. Caution Beisel. Kind of jumps the gun a little bit. That's okay. You get 3 cautions before you have to give up a point.
One thing that Blake likes to do is he spends those cautions. He tries to start right on the whistle, tries to anticipate it, and it goes well for him. But every once in a while, you got to take those cautions. Like you said, you get 3 before you get dinged. So I like his jump off the whistle.
15 seconds left. Beisel riding tough. Tries to switch to an inside cradle. I'm going to take a guess that they knew Laudenbach knows that Beisel likes to cradle a little bit. He's controlling hands pretty well, not giving up an inch. So after 1 period, it's going to be 4-1. Beisel in the early lead. It is Hastings' choice. He's going to go down in the second period. Lewis Prouty is a 9th grader. He was 3rd at the sections, just missing out on the state tournament. They do have one common opponent, Zach Carr from Cottage Grove, who Prouty beat 5-2. Beisel quick up to his feet right away, gets the escape. It's 5-1. Prouty really trying to tie him up and slow him down. Beisel lightning quick.
Just keep those hands going from one thing, like he did it right at the very beginning. Bait him into one move, okay? Put 2 moves together. Bait him with the first and hit him with the second.
Out of bounds on the attack. We'll restart in the middle. 30 seconds in, it's 5-1. Blake Beisel with the early lead. Prouty with a long distance shot. Nothing doing there. Nice high crotch attempt. Switches to a fireman's carry. Dumps him for 2. Keep that arm trap.
Yes.
He's got bonus.
Does.
Now see if he can work up and get a pin potentially. Prouty wisely getting off the mat.
Yes.
He's got the 3 near fall though, so he's up 10-1. Minute into the second period. See if he can lock up this cradle. Nothing doing, out of bounds. We'll get a fresh restart. Beisel with a 9-point lead. Only a minute into the second period.
That was a heck of a bridge by Prouty. Really, really bridged out. Showed his length on it. Wasn't able to get both shoulders. Blake wasn't able to get both shoulders down. That helps out.
Yeah, you know, with the proximity being relatively close to Hastings, about 20 miles away, Hastings and Apple Valley have not wrestled this year. We did wrestle them last year. Hastings did win the duel, but it's been a while. And I think that obviously you want bragging rights between neighboring towns, right? And for a long time, you know that Apple Valley had the upper hand against Hastings. So it's a little redemption and kind of setting the course in the right direction for years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only that, but they're in the same section for several years there, where it was the number 1, number 2 teams in state. So it's kind of nice that they split off into different sections, but wrestling in the state tournament against Valley, always going to be a kind of a treat.
Yeah, it's 15 seconds left in the second period. Beisel with a sizable lead, 10-1. Hastings, again, wants to get major bonus points in this match because there will be some tough matches coming up where we are not going to be favored.
Right. Yeah, Apple Valley's got some strong studs.
Yeah. So after the second period, it'll be 10-1. Blake Beisel with the lead. It is Apple Valley's choice in the third period. Okay, Apple Valley chooses down. Curious to see if Blake will cut him.
He does.
Wisely does.
Yep.
10-2. We still got the major intact, but we're looking for tech falls and pins. As a reminder to our audience, a tech fall means that you win by 15 points or more. If that happens, you get 5 team points. A pin, you get 6 points for your team. As it stands right now, he's got 14 points with the major decision.
And one thing Blake did was how he got him to his back in the first time was he took him down to his feet or to his back in a fireman's. Was able to keep that arm trapped, get some back points. I'm guessing he's looking for the same thing here.
Yeah, Prouty's doing a really good job slowing down Blake. Really tying him up. That length is where it gets to be challenging. Blake wants to be quick. Oh, nice shot. See if he can keep him on the mat, slide his arm out. He's going to go right to a roll, see if he can get it.
But also know where Prouty's standing. Okay, his stance is he's probably been told, all right, make sure that you're on the edge of the mat, wrestle on the edge of the mat, and maybe score some points here.
See if Blake can work up and get the takedown here. Prouty battling tough, though.
He's got that leg underneath. See if he can control.
He can slide his right arm across the hip. He's got the 2. Let's see if he can do it. That should be 2 right there.
Once he covers both ankles, that should be 2, but keeping that ankle back now, that should be 2. We'll see if the ref calls it.
That should be 2 right there as soon as you cover that hip. That right arm is across. He's going to give him the 2 right there. All right, so 12-2. Beisel wisely just hops out of bounds, get a fresh restart. Let's see if they'll go back on their feet, look for something feet to back, or if they'll try to work for a turn, lock up a cradle potentially. He wants to ride him out. You can see Blake's body language. He wants the turns. He thinks he can he can take this kid to his back and get a pin. I like the confidence.
I do too, and that's what you want in your wrestler. It's one of those where you ask him, what do you want to do? Do you want to go on the feet? And he really wanted to try to work for that turn. He's got 30 seconds left. Continue to grind.
Yeah, Prouty not really looking to improve. He's just kind of holding on to arms. Beisel looking for a turn here. Prouty hanging tough. He's got a leg.
He's got that leg stuck in there.
Yeah, it's not a good position to be in. He's kind of on his hip. Nothing doing though. Wisely kicks out, switches off to a double.
Drives him off the mat. 5 seconds here.
So I think, honestly, this is a moral victory for Apple Valley. Yep. Not necessarily winning this match, but keeping it within striking distance. All right, next wrestler for Apple Valley after the conclusion of this one with 3 seconds to go. The next wrestler is going to be Austin Laudenbach, probably their best wrestler on their entire roster. He's a junior with a 40-4 record. Let's see who Hastings throws out there. With Beisel's major decision, Hastings takes the early lead 4-0. Let's see who Hastings throws out there, though. It might throw Donovan Ward. Doesn't look like he's warming up.
Looks like Trey's going out there, and I wonder if Trey goes out there, does it actually, in the individual portion, now that he's felt Laudenbach, does it help him there too?
That could be, right? You get a little taste for what he does. All right, so Trey Beisel's going to wrestle. He's an 8th grader, an undersized 113-pounder at that. You can see the sizable difference. He's actually undersized for 106 pounds, but extremely talented. For those that know Hastings wrestling, they know that Trey has been around the block. He has been a successful youth wrestler, won numerous national titles at the youth level. Recent state qualifier at 113 pounds, as we mentioned. He's going to have the same wrestler, Laudenbach, first round. The key to this one, I think, is you got to keep it close, right?
Yes.
You don't want to get out-muscled. Keep your space. Trey is lightning quick.
Now, and the tricky thing is there is a team aspect of it, obviously, with wrestling on this being a team duel. But this is also a chance for Trey to get a kind of a feel for him going into that individual portion. What is he successful at against Laudenbach, and what does he need to maybe shore up?
Yeah, Laudenbach just runs him off the mat, tries to get a fresh restart here. You know, and make no mistake, Trey is not intimidated. He wrestles with his brother all the time. He's wrestled in these national level tournaments. He is not going to back down from anybody.
And when he was down with the middle school with us, we were making him wrestle up 15, 20 pounds each time. So he's used to the weight difference, that's for sure.
Yeah. So a little bit about Laudenbach. He was 5th at the Christmas tournament. He's ranked 3rd at 113 pounds, and he was the section champ. Gets a takedown. That was really nice.
Yeah, that was a really, really quick. He used his length, grabbed that short ankle pick, just got that heel trapped.
Yeah, he's got an armbar kind of trapped. He's probably going to look for a tilt here. There it is. Got that armbar tilt. This is where that length gets to be an issue, especially in the size difference.
Yep. And on top, he's, like you said, that length becomes an issue.
Said he
because
did not
can go from one move to the next.
Yeah. No hand swipes, but they're going to give him the three near fall. A little deceiving, but you could tell that he broke that 90-degree plane. Still got that armbar trap, though, which is a dangerous position to be in.
15 seconds. He's not switching off his move, which is why the referee has not given him his.
That's
his
tight,
back
though.
points
We got to be
yet.
dangerous.
5 seconds.
3 seconds left. Got a battle. Well done, Trey. Way to fight out of there. Gives up the 3-point near fall, but the first period will end 5-0 in favor of Laudenbach. It is Apple Valley's choice after the first period. He's going to defer.
We'll see what Trey likes to do on the feet. Yep.
Yeah, Trey's wisely going to go back to his feet. You don't want to be underneath Laudenbach after seeing that size difference and how well he turned him.
And Trey, that's one of his best positions, obviously, is right on the feet.
Yeah. All right, so 5-0 after one. Again, Trey's main goal here, guys, is to get a feel for him and not give up a pin, right?
Yep. Continue to stay in good position. And we'll see if we can get a takedown here. Get on his attacks, get in his ties, but Laudenbach right away, gets into that 2-on-1 Russian tie, tries to square up.
Smart wrestling by Trey, though. That is awesome. Way to fight off that 2-on-1, circle back on. Anytime you're circling back on the mat, you're not going to get dinged for stalling.
Right.
And that's just savvy wrestling by an 8th grader.
And that 2-on-1, Laudenbach's just trying to get to the corner, and with Trey being able to square up his hips, helped him out.
So back to that 2-on-1. Really trying to slow down Trey, Goes inside trip with that
Inside
2-on-1. Nothing doing, though. Circles back out, back on her feet. You know, Trey's got nothing to lose in this match, right?
Right.
Laudenbach's the heavy favorite, most likely just based upon size and record alone. As long as he stays in good position, you can see Laudenbach's getting a little frustrated.
And he's ranked number 3 in state though for a reason.
Yeah.
So he's had the success, but Trey's been wrestling kids that have been at number 3 all year and his entire life. So
yeah,
he knows how to wrestle those tough kids.
And realistically too, you know, Trey's probably going to be the 106-pounder again next year. He gets a good feel for where he stacks in the entire state level. Obviously, he knows a lot of these guys from the youth level, but he's been wrestling guys that are bigger than him all year. Ooh, nice high crotch attempt. Finishes with a double, gets the 2. 1 minute left in the second period. Laudenbach leads 7-0. He's going to go back to that wrist ride.
Just keeps pulling that wrist. He's working for those arm bars and the tilts, but he also, you'll notice that he's bringing that left hand on top of his head, and he wants to almost work for a cradle as well. So if he can bait him into a cradle, he's trying to do that as well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see too. Going into the third period, does Laudenbach go back up top? I mean, he's expended a whole minute trying to take down Trey. He could also go down as well.
I think it depends on how he ends this period. You know, if he ends this period, if he can get one more turn, I'm not going to be surprised if he goes back on top.
Yeah, trying to get a cradle here. Nothing doing. Trey wisely controlling wrists. And I'm really looking forward to the next 2 weight classes as well. I think it's going to be a little bit of a chess match between Apple Valley and Hastings. Who does Apple Valley send out? We're a little more landlocked than they are, but they have some flexibility with 2 wrestlers. Obviously, Jack Bainbridge would be our ranked wrestler at 126 pounds.
Yes.
They could send Kichi Kong up to 126. They could keep him at 120. He's the tougher of the 2 kids record-wise, and it'll be interesting to see what Valley does. Hey, after the second period, it's 7-0 in favor of Apple Valley. Valley's choice. He's going to go down.
And if he can get that escape or that reversal, he can get into that major decision conversation. If he just goes up by 8.
I did notice that Apple Valley in their corner has Justin Laval helping out too, which former Apple Valley wrestler, very successful wrestler in his own right. He gets the reversal, or takedown, excuse me. So it goes escape and takedown. Trey trying to clear out to get the 1.
I like that he worked out. They gave him the 1, got the escape. Now they're neutral. We'll see what he wants to do here.
So out of bounds, we'll get a restart. About 90 seconds left in the match, 10-1. You can see Laudenbach's getting a little frustrated though. Trey's really circling, staying in good position. That's all you ask for a guy that's given up probably 15, 20 pounds.
Absolutely, and he's still attacking. Still attacking. He wants to get that. If he can get another takedown, Trey, that is. If
nice.
he can get a takedown, that brings that major decision, takes it out.
You know, that simple thing, right? You go out of bounds, you re-attack right at the last second. It shows the ref, hey, I'm trying to attack. Caution on Trey Basil's foot wasn't on the line.
Laudenbach in on a shot, comes up to that over-under position. He looks like he's trying to lock it up, get a body lock there. I wonder if he wants to go upper body.
I don't think that's where Trey wants to be, but
No.
Laudenbach probably trying to out-muscle him. He's got size on him. About a minute left, 10-1. Laudenbach still in control of this match. We're going to get a stalling call on Trey for backing up. Rightly so, I understand that call.
But he's continuing to try to circle. Laudenbach's just not letting him in, trying to get that second stall call.
Yeah, Trey trying to circle back in. A little hard when a guy's just pushing you off the mat. We go back off the mat, back on our feet. 30 seconds left. Trey hanging tough though, keeping this match close. Goes deep on a high crotch, switches off to a double, gets the takedown, quickly cuts him. It's 12-2 now. Goes right side underhook to a fireman's carry. See if Trey can dump it. Oh, he just doesn't have enough.
Doesn't have enough power.
Yeah, that's just, you're giving up. You're trying to carry a guy that weighs 20 pounds heavier, and it's just a lot to ask. Hey, there's 10 seconds left in this match.
But Trey, again, continuing to move, continuing to attack, even to the last. Here's 5 seconds left.
Yeah.
He's down by 10. Still trying in for those shots. Shows you a lot of heart out of him.
Yeah, so the match will end with a major decision for Apple Valley. Match will finish up 12-2. Team score now tied 4-4, which will take us to 120 pounds, where Hastings will send out Mark Svoboda, an 8th grader, and Apple Valley will send out Kichi Kong. Kichi Kong, the one with the better of the 2 records at 120. He's a junior, 36-7, lightning quick kid. We've seen him at the youth level.
Yeah.
He's a tough kid, really tough. A little bit about Kong, just to kind of heads up for our viewers. He was a state qualifier this year. He's a returning state qualifier, qualified at 106 last year. He was a section runner-up, ranked number 6 in the state, quickly on a shot against Mark Svoboda. Svoboda wisely bails out.
See if he can get his hips out.
Nothing yet. Good hand control by Svoboda, not giving up anything.
And now Mark's wrestled a lot of top kids in the state, so he knows how to wrestle these kids.
Yeah.
But again, every wrestler is different, and with Kong being so fast, it changes your mentality too.
Yeah. You can tell Kong doesn't want to be slowed down.
No.
Touch and go, tap and go, getting on your shot. Still scoreless, about 30 seconds in the match. Quick on a single leg. Ooh, kind of throws him by, gets the double leg, and gets the takedown for 2.
Got Mark's hand trapped. That wrist is trapped on the near side there. Oh, able to get it out. That's a good position.
Yeah, 2-0 lead a minute into the first period.
As Mark's continuing to work up, trying to pull those knees up underneath him. See if he can get it. We got less than a minute. See if we can get one here.
Yeah, and to your point, Mitch, you know, Mark is battle tested. He's wrestled a lot of tough kids all year, so wrestling the 6th ranked guy in state, not a big deal. Actually, Kong just wrestled Spicala from Simley, lost 3-2, and Mark just wrestled Spicala and lost 7-2. So again, both seasoned guys. This is tight though. Crossbody ride, not giving up any back points. 30 seconds left. Got that leg snaked.
Just not breaking
Got to
that
fight that
90-degree
shoulder
turn.
down. Fight that shoulder down. Don't give up anything. Smart wrestling. Well done by Mark Svoboda to battle that off. 20 seconds left in the first period.
That was close. The ref wanted to get that swipe in.
Yeah,
See
he's
if he
going.
can battle him up.
He's going cross-face
Get him
cradle
off
on
that
this. Mark's got to control that wrist and bring it around the head if he possibly can. Short time on the first period. It'll end 2-0 in favor of Kong.
Not a bad period for Mark
No.
though. I liked what he was doing. I mean, on bottom he's a fighter. He's always
Yeah.
going to keep fighting. But even on the feet, he tried to stay in that good position each time. Kong was in on a shot early. Mark was able to get out.
So
He's a battler.
Hastings defers after the first period. Kong chooses down.
We had a major at 106. We had another major at 113. So it's 4-4 team match. We'll see who gets the edge in this one.
Nice man return by Mark Svoboda. Instantly hits his hip and explodes up. That was really nicely done by Kichi Kong.
Yes, but you can watch Kong as he's wrestling. When he's on the feet, his hands are always moving, his feet are always moving.
Yeah.
Exactly what we try to teach in our wrestling room.
Yeah, he's relentless.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed watching him because he just never stops moving.
Yep.
Now, Mark here's got to get his shot going, right? You had Kong get deep on your shots a couple times. We haven't gotten to our attacks yet, and that's how you're going to score against him. How you slow down a good wrestler is you get on their legs.
Yeah, and he likes to hit those underhooks. He likes to hit those duck unders as well, going from one side to the other. Something Mark is good at. He's
Nothing yet with
powerful
this
here.
underhook. This is a dangerous position. He's got to keep his head up. Kong's probably going to try to hop over. Nothing doing yet. About a minute left in the second period.
Mark's trying to work for that stalemate where nobody's improving. They're kind of stuck in one spot.
Kong in better position though. His head's
Yep.
up. Oh, let's see if he gets it. He gets the
He does.
takedown. Yeah, as soon as your head goes down in that position, you are in trouble.
Yeah, we like to say the scrambler with their head up wins the battle.
Yeah. Back on our feet. They gave the escape and the takedown. There was no separation, but he gave it to him anyways. So it'll be 7-1. That was really quick.
That was quick, but you can see that aggressiveness that Kong has.
Yeah, looking to score, and
Yep.
I think that's any good wrestler is trying to do is score as many points as they possibly can. We got about 25 seconds left in the second period. It is 7-1 in
on
favor
the
of Kong.
Deep half.
Calls potentially dangerous. His elbow got a little wrench there.
And those positions always make me cringe just a little bit with that shoulder. My shoulder kind of hurts out of it.
Bringing back flashback memories here,
Yeah,
huh?
exactly. Quick off the whistle. That was a great start
Yeah,
by
I guess
Mark.
the
Holy
escape.
cow.
7-2. 15 seconds left in the second period. It is Hastings' choice in the third period.
And when we mentioned earlier with Blake Beisel trying to get or using those cautions, that was exactly what we were talking about, trying to beat that whistle, and he was up and out in 2 seconds. That was awesome.
Yeah, so Hastings' choice going in the third here. He's going to go down. I'm guessing they're going to cut him just based upon their coach's signals. He will, which will make it 7-3. Kong wants bonus points, right? They feel like this is a match that's in hand. Nice shot.
And that's where he's been strong right here.
Good whizzer by Mark Svoboda. That was
Beautiful.
physical. Well done.
You know, one little small flurry like that can get your mind into it and make you a little bit more aggressive. He's up. Kong is up 7-3, but Mark's been wrestling really well in this match.
Yeah, the physicality, though, is something that you
Yes.
just can't teach. And Mark has always been kind of fearless.
Yes.
Not afraid to get in a guy's face and get physical with him.
He's not
Good
going to back
shot.
down, that's for sure.
Kind of a half attempt by Kitchi Kong. Nothing doing. Mark wisely circling out and moving his feet. 30 seconds into the third period. It's 7-3 in favor of Kong.
But you can see those little half shots, those little fake shots. That little duck right there kind of keeps that, if you want to stall out a little bit at the end of the
Yeah.
match, it keeps that stall call away.
Yeah, because realistically here, you're going to need a big move to get back in the match. Nice finish by Kong.
But not just a big move, but also at the same time, it's trying to minimize, because Kong is definitely favored in this match.
Yeah, Kong's going to need 2 takedowns to get the major here.
Yep.
And right now it's 9-3. You know, Mark's wrestling smart here. Got a minute left in the third. He's going to need 2 good takedowns. Mark's got to stay smart, and he got to control hands. Let's see if he can do it here. That'll lead us into an interesting place going into 126 pounds, because the roles will be reversed, where Hastings will be heavily favored in the next weight class.
Looking cautiously coming up to his feet.
Good shot by. Ooh, he tries to go 3 in a row. He's got to bail out. This is dangerous. Trying to do a little leg turk here. He's getting back points.
Yep.
You can't give up 6 here, so you got to bail out, not give it up. There's still 25 seconds left in the period. Mark's got a battle here. Well done. Keep battling, Mark. There it is. So with that 5-point move, that'll take us to 14-4 with about 10 seconds left in the match.
Mark was trying to get that win, or trying to pull back into that match with 3 in a row there, but Kong definitely felt it.
Yeah, and good battle for Mark Svoboda. I know he's a little disappointed in the outcome of that finale to give out that major decision, but you didn't give up 6.
Correct.
And in the big picture, that's what you're looking for.
Yep.
Hey, which will take us to 126 pounds, where Hastings is going to send out 9th grader Jack Bainbridge. Jack was 2nd at the sections, currently ranked 7th in the state rankings. He's going to take on, for the Apple Valley Eagles, Tyler Laudenbach, another 9th grader who's 24-15 on the year. Now, if you're Hastings, you feel like you're probably pretty heavily favored here. You want bonus points. You want tech falls. You want pins. And the number 1 guy that gets pins on Hastings is the guy that's wrestling right now, Jack Bainbridge.
Absolutely.
Absolute animal from the top position. Let's see if he can get that pin and get Hastings back on track. Current team score is 8-4 in favor of Apple Valley after 120 pounds. Nice shot by Jack Bainbridge. Oh, he switches to a headlock. Wisely bails out. Gives up the 2, but no back points. Early 2-0 lead for Laudenbach. Jack wisely bails out of that. You don't want to give up anything big.
He's got that half right in the back of his head, able to get out of it. See if he can clear out here.
Laudenbach wisely switches to a single.
And again, trying to scramble here and working that foot out. Laudenbach's still on top.
Nicely done. Way to control the hands on that. Gets a reversal, and this is where Jack goes to work. He is extremely tough in this top position.
This is where he definitely shines. That's his strong position. He's probably going to be looking. One thing he absolutely loves, if you ever watch Hastings wrestling, he loves the cradle. And I'm sure the Valley coaches have warned Laudenbach about that as well.
Yeah. So 2-2, minute into the first period. Laudenbach just holding on to that wrist, not giving up anything big. Yeah, and if you're Jack here too, you got an early takedown.
Yep.
The guy knows what you're going to do on the bottom in that top position. You might have to think about, oh, he gets the cradle. Let's see if he can keep it. That's tight. See if he can adjust his knee here and lock it up and finish him off. Well done by Laudenbach. Wow. Jack goes right back to that cradle. Laudenbach wisely controls that hand.
One thing that was kind of as Jack was bringing him back, it was kind of a weird position. Kind of again made my heart sink just a little bit because Laudenbach looked like he was actually not in a horrible position. It was kind of a roll through, but
I think he lost a couple strands of hair in the last couple matches.
Yeah.
All right, so as it stands right now, it's 4-2 in favor of Bainbridge. About 10 seconds left in this period.
Continuing to grind, even when the 5 seconds left. Don't really or give that pressure up.
Yeah. All right, second period will end. Again, Bainbridge with a 4-2 lead going into the third period. Or excuse me, that was after the first period. My bad. Second period, Apple Valley defers. Hastings is going down. Jump on the gun here, Mitch.
Yep, I know you're excited. That's okay. See Jack, one thing he likes to do, stand up. Granby, keep rolling. Laudenbach's trying to step over and trap that arm and pull him back onto his back. Jack wisely, again, was able to get out of it. Watch him come up to his feet, and possibly even one thing Jack likes to do on bottom is he likes to hit a switch.
Yeah, nothing doing. Tries to go from that tripod position. They go out of bounds, get a fresh restart. Still a 4-2 lead for Jack Bainbridge. Yeah, Bainbridge, well known from that top position, being a big pinner. Excellent in the bottom position too, though.
Yeah, he's definitely one kid.
Ooh, tries the Granby rollout. Ooh, that's careful. That was really that was really close to giving up back points. You got to be careful with that Granby roll. You got to have a wrist or something with it, otherwise you're putting yourself in a dangerous position.
And again, we're looking at different body types. Laudenbach, again, second of the Laudenbachs is longer. So when you look at this, those Granby rolls, he's able to sneak his hands inside a little bit, maybe catch a leg as he's going down. So it kind of makes for a gut-wrenching position that Jack can get into.
Out of bounds, minute into the second period. Bainbridge still holding a 2-point lead. You know, one thing, too, he's got to remember, on that Granby roll, we can't have our leg trapped as we roll. And that happened a couple times in this match so far. We just got to be smart about it. See if Jack can get a good start off the whistle.
I want him to go from one move to the next. That's what we want to put, two moves together right now. Get a little flurry with less than a minute left in the second period. Got to get out from bottom.
Good match by two young freshmen who are going to be studs for a long time. No back points. It was close to a 2 count. Nothing doing.
He did get the one. He got the 1 count, but wasn't able to get that second one.
Yeah, it was awfully close.
Keep controlling that hand. Keep coming up. Circle out. Watch him as he faces him. But he hasn't given him the one yet, so there's still Laudenbach still on top. Nothing yet. Down on a leg. Oh, now they gave him the one.
Gave him the one on that, so it's 5-2.
Down on the leg. I'm a little surprised on that one.
Jack whizzing hard, trying to fight this position here. See if he can straighten out his leg a little bit.
They are still neutral. 10 seconds left on the edge of the mat.
Be an interesting choice here for Apple Valley. You rode Jack Bainbridge for almost the entire second period.
Almost turned him a couple of times.
I would guess they're probably going to go back to that top position.
And I think if I'm Jack out of the Hastings corner, you got to say if he ends up going but down,
He's
more
going
Grammys.
down. Okay. So Apple Valley actually goes down. I'm thinking maybe they're thinking escape takedown. It's 5-2. Bainbridge in control. Hastings looking for bonus points in this match.
Right now, the way Laudenbach's wrestling, I'm just hoping we eke out a win here.
Yeah, he hops over. Stays in a tough position. Look, sinks in his leg, which is a good, safe position to be in with that crossbody position.
Here.
Ooh, dangerous position, kind of falling to his hip for a second. Gets them both in.
Stretches
Got a
him out.
power half on this. This is pretty tight. If he can sink his hips, see. Oh, loses that arm. He was that close to turn him to his back.
It was a little squirmy on that one.
Yeah,
He was
Bainbridge
just able to roll that shoulder out.
Bainbridge still in control though. 5-2 in his preferred position from that top. Can't hang ahead here.
Sinks the leg in one more time. Let's see if he tries to go for the second leg as Laudenbach comes up.
You know, and Laudenbach, wrestling smart, knows that what he's going to do and keeping that shoulder down, controlling those hands.
.45 seconds left, continuing to grind in on top.
I think the Apple Valley coaches are asking for a stall call. He had the leg trapped and not really working to improve.
Okay.
30 seconds left. Bainbridge in control, 5-2 here.
Going right
Trying to
that
extend him
cross
out.
Body ride.
30 seconds left in the period. See if he can get a turn.
If he could just push that elbow.
Yeah, he's
got
close.
It. Oh, just missed it.
Hey, give credit to Laudenbach, though, in this match. He's really battled him tough, regardless of the outcome.
Jack might have a cradle
He's got a
lock
cradle.
out here.
Oh, can he bring him back over? He's hip to hip on this. See if he can step up and bring him back. 10 seconds left.
See if they stay in this position here for the last 5 seconds here.
All right, that'll take us to 132 pounds, but Hastings closes the gap. It's now 8-7 in favor of Apple Valley. At 132 pounds, Apple Valley Eagles will send out one of their better wrestlers here. Let's see, we have Jaden Howder, a sophomore with a 35-6 record. And Hastings is going to be sending Peyton Erickson, who has a 500 record, 16-16 on the year. He was third in the sections, narrowly missing out in the state tournament. Jaden was a section runner-up. He beat a familiar foe from Cottage Grove to get there. He beat Gunnar Mullen. He's currently ranked 6th in the state.
And Peyton's wrestled Gunnar a couple of times.
Yeah.
Fallen to him twice. And we'll see how he matches up against Jaden here.
Well, and if you're Hastings here, name of the game, don't give up a pin.
Yes.
Right? You just got to keep the match close. This is where you got to keep the match close because in the middleweights, Hastings will be favored pretty heavily.
Yes.
So you just got to keep the match close and not put yourself in a dangerous position.
But anytime you get to the state tournament, those bonus points are absolutely vital. The
Well,
more bonus points you get.
And you look at that last match, right? Their 26-pounder battling not to give up, go to his back at the end. Peyton in an over-under position. Howder switches that single. He's got it, lifts up, drives, gets the takedown.
He's got those legs split. Peyton, I want him to scoot forward, get that leg free. Nicely done.
He's got an armbar with this. We've seen this a couple times. These Apple Valley kids like to go armbar tilts.
Yes. Peyton trying to get him down to his hip.
Hops over. He's almost got it.
Almost
Nothing
trying
doing.
to roll him through.
Yeah, Howder just really had a good feel for that, adjusted his body. Good mat return. That was a big mat return, not letting him do anything. 2-0, about 45 seconds into the match. Again, Jaden Howder's a 10th grader. He was a section runner-up, currently ranked 6th in the state. Peyton Erickson is a junior.
He's got a cradle locked up here, Coach.
Oh, that's tight on the edge of the mat.
He's got to scoot out, know where you are.
Again, name of the game, you can't give up 6. See if you can fight off his back here.
Keep going, 50 seconds. Continuing to scoot, know where you are.
Well done by Peyton, way to battle there. Gives up the 3-point near fall, but it is 5-0 in favor of Apple Valley here. That's gut check time, right?
Yes.
You're on the edge of the mat, you can't give up the pin. You know the importance of team points.
And now it's 45 seconds. As much as you want to score that 1 point, but now you know that he likes the cradle. Okay, so now as he comes over the top of your shoulder, you want to control those hands. He was close to getting away at one time by pulling that arm down. And see if you can try to control those hands again, because it looks like Jaden's going for another cradle there.
Yeah, Howder's got another leg snaked in there. Looking power half, trying to turn him here. Dangerous position for Peyton Erickson to be in. He's awfully close to getting back points.
He's got 20 seconds left. Swim that shoulder forward.
Nothing doing yet, but Peyton's going to fight it. Uh-oh. Rolled right in. Kicks out.
a nice adjustment there by Howder.
He has the 2-point near fall, but nothing major yet. He's got a cradle. This is a dangerous position to be in. Short time, 3 seconds. Short time. And
time came up.
Time ends. All right, so did they give him near fall at the end there? Should be 7-0 still, I believe. Peyton's choice. He's going to go neutral second period. I don't think he wants to go underneath him after that first period.
I think that's exactly what the coaches were thinking for Hastings. You don't want to defer and then have maybe Howder go on top.
Yeah. All right, so as it stands, it is currently 7-0 in favor of Howder.
Now he's got to be careful on that left side because it's getting a little high. Control that elbow.
Goes slow, tries to
Nothing
shuck
yet.
him by. He gave up a takedown.
Wow.
He's got that far ankle lock. I suppose he gave him the
Okay.
takedown because he's got control of the hip. It's now 9-0 in favor of Howder.
He's got the leg hooked off. Probably looking for a crossbody Turk here.
And like we mentioned before, yes, Hastings is down right now. They're not favored in this match, but then we start turning the tide in the next couple matches, and you hope that you can kind of close that gap. Howder with another tight cradle. He's hip to hip on this. This is a dangerous spot to be in.
See if Peyton can try to extend out, break that lock.
He's got that leg hooked, but oh, he breaks free of it.
He's trying to keep that leg
Well
extended.
done. Way to break that grip. That's not an easy position to be in.
No, especially with because it looks like Howder's a cradler. So one thing
Going
that
back to it right away as
Yep.
you speak.
and one thing that they know how to do is once they get it locked up, they know how to turn you. So Aiden fighting it off nicely. He's got that other leg that
He's
he was
got
trying
that cradle locked up again. Know where you are here, Peyton.
Right,
Can't
right on
give
the
it up.
edge here.
Still a minute left in the second period. It's a dangerous spot to be in.
He's pulling them in. Looks like he's got that shoulder kind of high here. Peyton was able to keep that left shoulder high.
Okay, breaks the grip. 3-point near fall. Looks like the headgear got unstrapped, so they're going to stop it here.
Yep, once it was right on the edge of the mat. It looked like they didn't, it wasn't fully strapped on, but right at the edge of the mat when the lock breaks, that's probably why they restarted it.
Yeah, so 12-0 in favor of Howder here. Again, we talked about the importance of this, and I want to stress it again. You cannot give up a pin here because you don't want to give any momentum to it, but you also want to keep the score relatively in striking distance as you go into 38, 45,
Yep.
52. The weights where you're pretty strong and you have state qualifiers and guys ranked in state.
Yes.
So Howder's back on top here. Again, in control of this match. You can't give up anything big. Let's see what Peyton can do in these last 30 seconds. He's going to that crossbody ride again, looking for that cradle. Long arms on Howder.
20 seconds left here.
You know, to Peyton's credit, though, too, he's been in big matches before. He's been against some of the best guys in the state. He knows how to fight off his back. He's battling, and that's all you can ask for.
There's a reason why, why he's in this lineup.
Yeah.
You know, he's paid his dues. He continues to work hard. I mean, coaches mentioned he works hard in the room.
Yeah, after 2 periods, it's 12-0 in favor of Howder. He's choosing top. He's had success in that position, especially with those cradles.
Yep.
He wants a pin.
And that was the right choice.
And the coach is telling him, you got one more turn and make it a good one.
And as you're looking at Peyton there, you're just trying to control those hands, that top hand, because again, he's looking for the cradle
Oh, he
there.
goes suicide cradle. See if he can break the grip. If he can break the grip, that'll end the match. And again, you'd rather give
He's
up
got
the.
that
Oh, that's tight.
shoulder. He was able to turn that left shoulder, and that's what's going to get the pin if he gets it.
If Peyton can break the grip, though, the match is over regardless with a technical fall.
Minute and a half. Looks like
And
he
there it
broke
is.
the lock.
So,
What a hard
big
fought
team
match.
point, though, for Hastings. Even though he gave up a technical fall, because the match was scored 15-0, you give up 5 instead of 6. So current team score after 132 pounds, 13 for Apple Valley, 7 for the Raiders. Bringing up Creed Peterson. Creed Peterson's going to take the mat. He's a sophomore from Hastings. Taking on, I believe, we have Ian Howder, the brother of Jaden, who's a junior.
So
He's
brother
got
into brother.
Yeah, we got a 15-14 record here.
With Creed being a state qualifier, I'm hoping he gets his moves going here. You know, try to have some confidence going into that tournament.
Yeah, you know, unfortunately, he had an absolute horse in the first round, so it'd be a nice confidence builder here to get a win against a quality opponent. Kid with a winning record here.
Yep.
Contrast and body styles again here. We got the short and compact Howder versus the long, lanky Creed Peterson. Nice shot. See if he can come up with it and finish it. Howder whizzing hard here, trying to get out of this position. Creed comes up with it. Oh, loses the grip. Nothing doing.
And here's two wrestlers. You mentioned both of them. They both have winning records. I know Creed's a state qualifier this year, but their records are very, very similar.
Yeah.
You have Howder at 18 and 15.
He's got an inside cradle locked up. That's dangerous. You don't want to give up the two. Nothing doing yet.
Right into a switch.
And he gets the takedown. Yeah, that's a momentum thing too, right? You get that first takedown. It's a confidence builder for the guy that's on top. He's got a cradle locked up here. This is a dangerous spot. Creed's got to know where he's at.
He's got to continue to battle here, even on the edge of the mat.
He's got his arm draped across the back, though. He should be safe in this position, relatively close to out of bounds. They do go out of bounds. They'll get a fresh start. About 45 seconds left in the first period. Howder's still clinging to a 2-0 lead to get the early takedown. Creed was oh so close on that single leg finish.
Yeah, and on the edge of the mat, one thing Creed doesn't want to do is just jump right off the edge of the mat, because if he just goes out of bounds on his own, that's a stall call and something that you don't want to get dinged with in the first period.
Yeah, so as a reminder, Valley's up 13-7 going into this match. But again, the tide's going to turn. 45-52, I'd even say, 45-52 for sure. Hastings is going to be favored heavily. And then we get to some closer matches kind of in the upper weights that should be interesting to see what both teams show as the match gets closer or if it changes. I think if you're Apple Valley, though, right now, at this point in time, you have to be happy about the way things have played out.
Absolutely. I mean, and when you look at the matches, Jack Bainbridge got the decision. Blake Beisel got the majors, but those are two big horses for Hastings.
Yeah, guys you expect to get pins, right? That have been pinning all year.
Those are your pinners this year.
All right, still 2-0. First period. Looks like that's how it's going to end after one period. And that's where we go. Let's see whose choice it is. It is Apple Valley's choice after the first period. He's going down. Oh, they defer, excuse me. Creed Peterson will take down.
One coach wanted to go down, the other one wanted to defer.
That's always hard as a wrestler. Like, who do you look at?
Exactly.
Who makes the decision, right? Make up your mind, guys.
Yep. So when you look at this, now he's been close to getting the escape several times now. See if he can jump, and he jumped the whistle there. That was awesome. Good start.
You know,
back to his feet.
One thing that is a little deceiving, you know, Apple Valley comes in with quite a few losses on their record, but they've wrestled some tough competition.
Yes.
Wrestled Shakopee. They wrestled some tough teams from Iowa. They've lost to Anoka in actually relatively close duel. I think it's deceiving. I think they're a better team than a lot of people see on paper.
Yeah, their team is currently ranked number 10 in the state, where Hastings is ranked number 6, I believe, or number 5.
And Apple Valley is peaking at the right time. They came back and beat Farmington in the section final, a team that had beaten them earlier in the year. Creed trying to fight off this cross-face ride here, coming up to his feet. Got that arm trapped along with that leg.
He's going to try to come inside that leg that's hooked in.
Yeah, Ian really stretching him out here.
Yep.
Minute into the second period, Howder still clinging to a 2-0 lead. He's got a cross-face ride here. Creed wisely breaks that grip.
Okay, if we got less than a minute, we need to get, if I'm Creed, you got to get one here. Continue to work up, one move into the next. As we mentioned already, I want to see him hit that stand up and maybe possibly into a switch, because he does have a very nice switch.
Yeah, 30 seconds left in the second period. Howder still clinging to a 2-0 lead. It is Apple Valley's choice in the third period too, which is important to note.
Yep.
Creed shows down in the second period. And again, just for viewers out there, if you hear a lot of noise off to the side, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other matches going on at the same time, and a lot of fans making a lot of noise.
Yeah, everybody's excited. When you get to the state tournament time, everybody gets excited to watch your team win.
Yeah. Oh, let's see if
Comes
Creed
on
can get it.
top.
Gets a reversal, short time.
Wow.
Oh, that was an absolutely huge flurry to get the reversal and the back points at the end. That might change Apple Valley's strategy going into that third period.
Oh, for sure. And when you look at that, that's right at the edge of the mat. They go back on their feet, but Creed continually stays in good position and ended up catching them.
Yeah. So, if the score is incorrect. It should be 4-2. But going into the third period, Apple Valley chooses neutral instead of going down. I'm sure they've done their homework and they know Creed is pretty darn tough on that top position. So here we go, third period. Creed Peterson turning the tide quickly to having a 4-2 lead in this third period. If they can win this match, that would be a really big momentum changer. Deep shot for Howder. Finishes with that double. Just like that, it's 4-4.
Comes up to that arm right away.
I am curious too, at some point does Apple Valley cut him and try to get another takedown? They took him down so quick in that third period.
Yeah, right away. They took him down in the first period. It was a little bit of a battle in that first period to get that first takedown, but that was a quick takedown right away in the third.
Yeah. Oh, he tries to Granby out, nothing doing.
He's got that arm trapped.
4-4, 90 seconds left in the match. They're going to let him go. Coaches are screaming for Howder to let him go. All right, it is 5-4. Creed Peterson clinging to a narrow lead here. Cannot give up a takedown.
Minute 5 left in the match. Continuing to stay tough on that head.
They shot, see if he can finish. Nothing doing yet, nothing doing.
Keep coming through. Comes on top.
Hits it hard. Oh, wow, what a
move.
Sits through just like that. Changes the tide of the match again. And he gets the pin. A massive win for Creed Peterson and the Hastings Raiders. You talk about a match that just flipped on its side, literally and figuratively. He just turned the tides of the Hastings Raiders. That was a huge win for Creed Peterson.
And as Creed was coming through there, he kept his head up. He pulled that Ian's head down. What a flurry, like you mentioned. Holy cow.
And a great, great pin for a great, great kid. An outstanding kid who's coachable, smart, works extremely hard. Hey, that'll take us to a tie score right now. It is 13-13. The Raiders are back in the duel, and they're bringing their horses now. We have Josh Rout coming to the mat for the Raiders at 145 pounds. For Apple Valley, as they look, as the medical staff takes care of Howder right now, I'm going to take a guess they're going to send Parker Elliott, a senior, out there against Josh Rout.
Looks like he pops up, so that's always good
might
to
have got
see.
the wind knocked out of him. Who knows?
Yep.
All right, again, Josh Rout will take the mat, a junior, ranked in the top 10 in the state right now at 145 pounds. Currently ranked number 8 at 145 pounds. Taking on Parker Elliott, a senior with a 24-16 record. Hey, we've seen this a couple times already, Mitch. Yes, Valley comes in with a lot of losses, but their quality competition is strong. So don't be deceived by records.
Like you mentioned, they are battle tested. They've wrestled Shakopee, they've wrestled Anoka, they've wrestled teams from Iowa, Waverly Shell Rock, solid team there.
Yeah.
And we'll see how Josh gets it going here. He is, I would definitely say that Josh
nice
is.
shot, goes inside on that single leg, switches to a high crotch position, and dumps him for a double.
Yep,
for
Josh.
For a takedown.
Josh should be favored in this match. And I like that he got it going on his feet because that thing, you mentioned it before, it sets the tone, it sets your mind right going into a match. And wrestling is so much of a mental sport.
Yeah, and I think, Josh had an absolute horse from Anoka in the first match, and he did his job.
Yep.
Wasn't necessarily on the attack. In this match, it's completely different. He's looking to be on the attack, trying to score points for his team's lead. All right, so as it stands right now, it's an early 2-0 lead. Rout with the early takedown in the first 15-20 seconds. Team scores tied, 13-13.
Yeah, that Peterson match really flipped it right at the end there.
Yeah, for sure. Josh looking for a turn potentially on top. In an ideal world, obviously, we're looking for a pin here, but more important, just be in control. Don't do anything dumb here. You can't afford to lose this match. This is one that the Raiders absolutely have to have.
Yeah, and one thing I'm looking out of Josh is just wrestle his match. Wrestle with confidence. Because, again, I keep going back to there's an individual portion to this coming up tomorrow. But hopefully if the Raiders can beat Apple Valley, we've got another match going on at the Constellation Finals. But Josh just wrestle his
Oh, he's got a
match.
little tilt here. See if he can get it. He's got a 2. Yeah, there it is. He's got the 2 count. He's got 2 near fall.
Get some of that confidence, because one thing Josh is if he's wrestling confident, he is a very, very, very tough wrestler.
For sure. And it's amazing how one match where you open up and score a lot of points does wonders for your confidence, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so kind of looking down the line here as we kind of wrap up the first period. At 152 pounds, Hastings should be heavily favored. 160, I would say Apple Valley's favored. 170, 182, I would say Hastings is heavy favorites. So again, you keep the match close, and then you kind of widen the margin, hopefully, as you get to some of your state-ranked, state qualifiers coming through. Hey, after the first period, it's 4-0. Hastings chooses down going into the second.
Watch him start right off the whistle here.
Team score still tied 13-13.
One thing Josh
Good mat return by Elliott.
Josh is very good at is starting right off the whistle. Watching that whistle start.
Goes to that claw ride. Josh controlling hands here. See if he can get one.
Guy control his hands. Watch for him to drop down on a leg.
And he turns and gets the
Good.
one.
And that was textbook right there, because one thing that he wanted to do, Valley wanted to do there, is drop down on the leg and try to stay in that top position, but Josh didn't allow him to do that by keeping control of that hand.
Yeah, Elliott tries 2-on-1, trying to control from that Russian tie position. Nothing doing. Josh clears out. Back on our feet. 5-0. Rout has the lead 90 seconds into the second period. High crotch attempt, nothing doing. Slide by, nothing doing. Goes back to that single leg.
One thing
Out of
Josh
bounds.
is doing, he's keeping the pressure on, but Elliott he's not backing down either.
No, I mean, you got guys that are seniors, right? And they've been in you've been in your wrestling room for years. And Apple Valley, we know they are well coached. They got guys that have been in their program for a long time. Dalen Wasman's one guy who's a legend in the sport, who's one of their assistant coaches, seen state championship teams one after the other. They're well coached. They know how to wrestle.
Absolutely.
Good single leg attempt here. Goes out of bounds. Nothing doing. Back on her feet. About 50 seconds left in the second period.
And I want Josh just to keep that foot on the pedal here. Just continue to push the pace. Continue to attack. Good things happen when you put yourself in those good positions.
45 seconds left in the second period. Rout trying to bang on that head, get his opponent off balance here. We talked about the importance of this earlier in the duel. You see guys starting to kind of wear down after a while if you just bang on that head. They go out of bounds. It was close to a takedown, but nothing doing. Josh awfully close to getting on the edge there, but stepped out of bounds.
Just stay on him. Just stay on him.
Hey, as a reminder, we're going to, if the Raiders were to win this duel, they will have the winner of the Wilmer Northfield match, and we'll have that for you if we win at the conclusion of this match. 15 seconds left in the second period. Good takedown attempts by Rout, but nothing doing yet. Elliott with a shot, kind of a half attempt, back up to her feet. And at the end of the second period, Rout leads 5-0. It is Apple Valley's choice.
And I like the way Josh is wrestling right now. He's wrestling smart, staying in good positions. And when he's on the feet, he's attacking. All he needs to do is just finish out this third period exactly like the way he wrestled the first two, and he'll come out with a W.
Yeah, back on her feet, 5-1 as Elliott gets the escape. You know, and I think if you're Hastings now, obviously we talked about how Valley was happy. Well, obviously you're really happy now after that Creed-Peterson match. You've weathered the storm. You've gotten through a lot of their horses. Now you can kind of regroup and think about, all right, if we take care of business at the next couple weights, this match is in hand.
Yep, absolutely. And we got a couple of horses here ourselves.
And we don't have to necessarily throw out a kid that's injured, like Austin LaFleur is a little banged up. If the lead is not in doubt, you don't have to wrestle him.
Yep.
5-1 though, about 90 seconds left in the match. Neither guy really have that great of a takedown attempt in this match in the third period so far.
Going to a couple of reshots here. Both guys still moving their feet really, really well. Well conditioned. I know they've put in the work this year.
Yeah, interesting about Parker Elliott. You know, he's a senior. He was so close to making it to the state tournament individually.
Yep.
He lost in double overtime in the true second match. So close. And so for him, this is his state tournament. This is his individual portion. This is what he's been training for. So if he could come away with a win here in the last 40 seconds, that would be momentous for him.
Yes.
As it stands, though, 30 seconds left, and Josh Rout in control, 5-1. Elliott's got to be thinking about a big move at this point. He's got to have something big. Rout with a nice shot, see if he can finish. Only has one hand on it, though. He can't finish because he doesn't have two hands on it. 20 seconds left, back up to our feet.
But again, I like the way he slid that right into his single, a place where he's strong. And we got 10 seconds left. Just stay in good position at this point. Grabbing wrists, don't force anything.
Nothing doing at the end of that period, even though his leg's in the air. The Raiders will come away with a 5-1 victory, thanks to Josh Rout, which will take the lead back to Hastings. They're in the lead 16-13 going into 152 pounds, where they're going to send Aiden Erickson, currently ranked currently ranked in state. Let's see here. Number 3 at 152 pounds. Last week he knocked off the number 1 ranked Bradley Little from Woodbury. Looks like he's going to be taking on Travis Bender, a senior from Apple Valley. And again, we talk about the importance. You have a senior in your lineup. Maybe he doesn't have the greatest of records at 12-20, but battle tested, right?
Yeah,
and
sure.
I know for Aiden, little redemption. He had a really tough loss in the first match against the Anoka senior. Now it's time to get payback here.
Yep, and again, we continue to talk about confidence. This is a confidence match for Aiden, and just to get ready for his other matches that he'll have here up.
Nice fireman's carry. Good finish. Goes right to his leg ride, his bread and butter. This is where he's tough. Trying to stretch out Bender. Scoop in that chin, trying to post up high and get those shoulders exposed, and he's going to get it. So
getting those back points.
Yeah, key
One
is,
thing
right?
that's kind of throwing me off right now is the ref isn't swiping.
Yeah.
I want to count every time he's swiping.
Yeah, that's kind of unusual. Typically, you'll see the ref get down there and start swiping away. As it stands right now, he got the 3-point near fall. It's up 5-0. Hastings looking for more, though. They want a pin in this match.
Yep.
Obviously, you want to get Aiden in the right path, but more importantly, you want to get bonus points for your team.
Well, Aiden coming in, he's only lost 5 matches on the season. In Valley here in this match, I don't think either one of their 52-pounders are above 500. So this is a heavy favored match for Hastings.
Yeah.
Something that you need.
Gets another 3-point near fall with that leg ride. He's up 8-0. There's still 30 seconds left in the first period. He's going to go back to it, see if he can scoop that chin and get another turn.
I like it. Once he breaks that move, he goes on, goes back to another top move, going for more back points. Again, still staying aggressive.
15 seconds left in the first period. Aiden looking for a power half, sinking in it tight. Ooh, they call potentially dangerous. That was awfully close.
Yes, it was. 11 seconds left. Just keep him on, keep him down, not let him breathe there. Keep the pressure on him.
I don't know about you, Mitch, but one thing that makes it hard to watch this wrestling right now is all the good smells of all the concession stands
Oh my
right
gosh.
now.
Those chicken tenders and those fries smell so
man.
good.
Yeah, it's getting me distracted here.
I see people walking around with Maui Wowies too.
Oh, man.
Oh boy.
All right, we got 3 seconds left in the period. Looks like the first period is going to end 8-0 in favor of Aiden Erickson. It is Apple Valley's choice in the second period. They're going to defer Aiden's choice. No signal from his coaches. He's looking around. They're not even giving him anything. They go back up to their feet. I think the coaches are thinking, probably not going to pin him from the top position, so let's go back to our feet, go feet to back, and look for a pin.
I like that strategy.
Nice shot. See if he can finish.
Step it through. If he can just keep that leg hooked off now.
Lost the leg Turk there, but got the takedown. 10-0 in favor of Aiden Erickson.
See if he goes back to work right on top here. Gets that leg in. Comes up to a power half.
Yeah, if he can punch the mat with his left hand, he's going to be getting back points here. Good adjustment by Aiden. We just adjust his body. He does have his leg trapped.
Valley's continuing to pull him down, but Aiden's been in this position before. He's continuing to keep that hit. If you're Valley, you want to keep Aiden's hip planted to the mat.
Yeah, Bender is extending that leg up to make it really difficult for him to do anything on top, which is smart wrestling. And again, we talked about the savviness of a senior who's wrestled for a while. Good adjustment by Aiden Erickson, though, getting out of that position. 45 seconds left in the second period.
He's grabbing his knee here.
Trying to scoot backwards here and adjust his body, get that leg sunk in there. You don't have much of an anchor when you're just riding across the body. There it is. He goes underneath the arms now, nice and tight.
There we go. Now he's able to reset himself here. Now he can go into his moves on top.
Yeah, it's be interesting third period here as we start approaching it. If you're the Hastings coaches, you got a feeling Apple Valley's probably going to choose down. You just cut them and keep working the takedown game.
Yep.
I think you do, given the fact that Aiden's taken him down twice with pretty relative ease as well.
Yes.
And you had a little bit of trouble turning him here in the second period. All right, so after 2 periods, it's 10-0 in favor of Aiden Erickson. Apple Valley's choice, they're going to go down. Why is this so? Let's see what Coach Hannenberg tells his wrestler.
Now he's turned him several times, so I wonder if he tries to ride him out just a little bit to get him into a position.
It may be your best chance to pin him is from that top position.
Yep.
I don't know. But obviously Hastings wants to get a little greedy here. They want a tech fall or a pin. Aiden back to that leg ride, no surprise. Tries to stretch out Bender.
But he was able to keep that leg away from Bender. That was the important part, because that's how Bender was able to get Aiden in a little bit of a trouble in that second period by catching that leg coming in.
Yeah, if he can swing his hips over to the other side, open him up a little bit, he'll have a pretty easy job getting that Turk. Bender fighting though.
He's looking like he wants to do a power half too. Now he's going to his Turk. And that Turk just coming across, just getting that the opponent's hip over, kind of crawling him over and just exposing the back. It's not a move you're going to pin a guy in, but it's definitely a move where you're able to get some back points.
So we got about a minute left in the third period. Aiden Erickson well in control with a 10-0 lead. Looking for bonus, trying to get that tech fall on that pin.
There he was able to turn him.
He needs one more turn after this to get the pin, to get the tech fall. So as it stands right now, it's 13-0. He needs one more turn to get that tech fall.
He's able to get those 3 points there. Still has the pressure in that hip. Now continue one more last turn, 35 seconds left.
Coach is urging him on to get that extra turn. We need it for the team score here and extend our lead. See if he can punch the mat with this and get one last turn. It's close. If he can punch it, he might have it right about. Not yet.
Arm.
Sink both those legs in. You can have it.
He's slippery.
Hey, credit to Bender, though,
Yes,
man. He has
what a
battled his
battle.
butt off. See if he can get that last turn. I think he should have some counts right now. There it is. You only giving him a 1 count. Only gave him the 1 count. So with that, that'll save a team point for the Apple Valley Eagles. But Hastings gets the wins by major decision, 13-0. That'll extend the lead to 20-13, which will take us to 160 pounds.
And that was a heck of a battle by Bender there, right at the very end, because that saved a team point. We talked about bonus points being huge up at this tournament. That was a very solid effort by him.
All right, at 160 pounds, Hastings Raiders will send out senior Xander Hallis. Xander has had an outstanding year, currently at 18-6. He's kind of split time a little bit at the start of the year at 160, but has really turned it on and really earned that top spot. He's going to take on Marcel Booth from Apple Valley. Marcel is a sophomore, section runner-up, currently ranked number 8 in the state with a 30-9 record. Booth is deep on a shot, finishes with a double. That was nicely done.
Yep. And Valley's probably favored here in this match.
Yeah.
And Marcel Booth, I mean, he's a sophomore, 30 match winner. He's a successful wrestler so far.
Yeah, and he's been in their program for a while. Even though he's a sophomore, you know, he's been in their varsity room for a couple years. I've seen the name around. I've seen the success he's had. And now you're kind of seeing it at the state tournament. He's got a tight arm bar, though. You know, if you're Hastings here, you just got to really focus on not giving up pins here, right?
Yes.
He's got a tight arm bar. As we say that, he's trying to run him over. Hallis wisely gets out of that. Let's see if he can finish this. Oh, he's got kind of a chin whip position. Hopefully he bails out here. Booth got that arm trapped. This is dangerous.
It's a minute. That's a minute to
Yeah.
fight in a tough,
I was
tough
just looking at
position.
that clock.
Keeping that shoulder up. I still see space there. But one thing Booth is trying to do is trying to get that far shoulder down. He's got to move that arm. Just stretch it out just a little bit more, maybe closer to his head. He's trying to pull it.
Make no mistake, though, Xander Hallis is battle tested. He'll fight.
Yes.
All right, we got 30 seconds left. Can Hallis hold off and not give up the pin here? That's pretty tight, though. Let's see if he's going to get it.
He's already been battling for 45 seconds.
20
right
seconds.
Now. Holy cow. Now we're getting closer to the end of that third period. He's got 15 seconds left.
Boy, on that position, he just got caught on his knees and got
Yep.
neck wrenched over. Way to battle, though, Xander Hallis. That is huge. That is such a tough position to be in. He gets up the three-point near fall, but saves our team a pin.
Yeah,
all right? And
But that was 50 seconds, almost a full minute of nonstop battling off your back in a tight spot.
yeah.
Definitely not easy to do. A lot of people, at that point when it gets really tight, you just want it to be over, and you can see that the bottom wrestler kind of just breaks.
Yeah.
But not Xander.
So after the first period, Valley will lead 5-0. Marcel Booth with a big move to his back. It's Hastings' choice. Marcel Booth chooses down. All right, second period. It is 5-0 in favor of Marcel Booth. Good breakdown by Xander Hallis, controlling those ankles.
Continuing to wrestle here. Bringing that.
Ooh, just loses grip. Booth gets the escape. Nice shot. See if he can finish.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's kind of in a switch position. See if he can hop over. Nothing doing yet. Booth's trying to scoot. And he's going to give a takedown.
He was in deep on a shot. I liked it.
Yeah, he just kind of stopped moving there. Once you stop moving, bad things happen. We are watching the Wilmer Northfield match from afar too, just as a heads up as we're sitting here. Looks like Northfield has the lead going into the upper weights. So potential rematch with Northfield if we were to pull off this win against Apple Valley.
Still a lot of match left to wrestle.
All right, we're going to cut blood time here. We're back at it. 8-0 lead for Marcel Booth still in the second period. As a reminder, Hastings currently leads 20-13. We still have 5 weights left after this one. Caution on Marcel Booth. I think the Hastings Raiders will be heavy favorites in the next 2 weight classes. This is where they're going to really extend that lead potentially when they get there. And then from there, we'll see what happens, right?
Yep.
Because you never know how they're going to shuffle the deck.
Second period, 8-0. Got a minute 10 left. I would love to
Out of
see
bounds.
movement happen on bottom.
Yeah, 8-0 lead still for Marcel Booth. Really strong looking sophomore.
Absolutely.
My goodness. A little bit about Xander. He's a state qualifier at 160 this year. He won the section tournament, beating the top-ranked Austin Kalina from Egan. Majored him. Had a really great showing at the individual sections. But he's in a battle right now with Marcel Booth. Another blood time for Xander Hallis. Oh, sorry. Blood time for Apple Valley.
Gives him one thing that it does is it gives your wrestler a little bit of a break here, connect with the coaches, and maybe kind of change your game plan, what you want to do.
Yeah.
They see positions that you don't.
Man, one thing I'm loving, just kind of looking around through the Excel Energy Center, is how many of these small towns have traveled well. This is so cool to see. All right, we'll get restarted here. 52 seconds left in the second period. Marcel Booth riding tough on Xander Hallis. Going to a kind of a cradle ride here. Coach is urging him on to set up that cradle.
Look at him control that top hand. That's one thing that's really, really important to battle. When you're battling a cradler, you got to control that hand.
Yeah, speak of the devil, controlling those hands and getting out of that position. Hallis trying to get his leg down. Booth switches off to a double, quickly returns him to the mat. 20 seconds left. Still in the lead at 8-0. Booth really trying to extend him out here. He's probably going to come out front and try to look for a big whip over position. Hallis battling though.
Yes, I like it.
I feel like he looked a little nervous in that first period, and he's kind of looked more comfortable as the match has gone on here.
He's definitely feeling it out. Now, you got to remember that he was caught in that kind of that position right away, and that's what gave him the 3 back points in that first period. So when you look at it, I'm looking at this match, and yes, it's 8-0, but he's only gotten a couple of takedowns, and he just kind of caught him in that first.
You know, one mistake on this, and I completely apologize. This is Derek Steinke, not Xander Hallis.
I was thinking, you know what was throwing me off was the hair.
It's the bleach blonde hair, and I apologize to Derek and Xander. The blonde hair is throwing me off.
Yep, and it threw me off too. And I was sitting there, I was looking at it, and you're not used to seeing him.
Yeah,
in that bleach hair.
for sure.
But I tell you what, he can pull it off.
Yeah, he can. So we're in the third period. Derek gives up the reversal here. It's now 10-0. Hey, a little bit about Derek Steinke, and I apologize. Derek is a sophomore, 14-6 on the year. He's got a split time at 160 pounds and 170 this year. Tough kid. Kind of cool to see 2 sophomores go at it.
Keeping those hips
Derek back
out.
up to his feet. Nice.
Awesome. Oh, just stay on that leg.
Oh, it goes back to neutral position. Booth drives through the double.
One thing I wanted, he's jumped in on that leg a couple of times, and he just needs to stick with it just for a little bit longer.
1 minute left. Marcel Booth still in the lead, 12-1. Well in control. We have an exciting duel to the left of us where it went into overtime to decide the duel, which is why you hear all the screams and noises. Out of bounds, back on our feet here. We got an escape, so it should be 12-2 with about 38 seconds left.
If you're Derek, just continue to stay in the good position and not give up anything big, because one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to go down to your back and get up with the tech. So stay in good position. We got 25 seconds left.
Looks like they're going to be bumping Xander Hallis up to 170, which is a little luxury we have, and then they'll bump up from there, 182 and 195.
Yep.
So keep that in mind. Again, Derek Steinke battling a tough top 10 ranked state kid. Looks like the match is going to end 14-2 in favor of Apple Valley, which will give them the major decision, which will close the gap in the team score to 20-17 in favor of the Raiders. Good battle by Derek Steinke. Way to fight off your back early in that match.
Oh, that saved 2 team points right there. Because, I mean, that swing is a momentum shifter towards Valley as well.
Yeah, so now the guy we talked about all last match, we incorrectly said his name. We should know by now.
Yep.
This is Xander Hallis, the senior, going against for Apple Valley, Alex Mock, a sophomore, who it says is 0-2 on the year.
One thing that I should have caught right away is Derek likes the knee pad.
Yeah,
Should have caught it by the knee pad.
All right, here we go. Xander, a senior. Had a great season so far. Big double leg, finishes right away. That's awesome. Good start to the match. Cuts him. Apple Valley in on a shot.
He's got to look to break that lock. Hit him with your hips. Elevate that elbow to break the lock, and then score around.
Mock comes up with that single leg.
Strong.
He's got to whizzer hard, see if he can fight it. Nothing yet, nothing yet, nothing yet. Good scramble. That gives it the reversal. Sorry, takedown, escape and takedown. It'll be 3-2 in favor of Apple Valley here. So again, we might be a little deceiving in terms of the record. A guy that comes in with a low record like this, you either think maybe there's an injury or maybe he was a JV kid they moved up.
Correct.
Either way, 3-2 in favor of Mock. Nice movement by Hallis there. Faces him.
Just moving on bottom. And Mock, if he continued to try to follow, Xander would have had a reversal instead of just the escape. So it was a
good single leg shot by Mock. Xander trying to extend him out and make that hard to hold on to his legs. He Gets him flat on his belly. See if he can score with this. He's pulling that elbow, trying to bring him over.
See if he can extend him out, because that was really good pressure by his hips. Once he got him down to his belly, I thought he had an opening there. Broke the lock.
Gets the takedown, which is good. Good fundamental wrestling right there. One thing you should always remember about watching Xander Hallis wrestle, he wears guys down. He may be out of a match, and he closes the gap oftentimes. So you can never count him out in a match. As it stands, it's 5-3 in favor of Xander Hallis. There's 37 seconds left in the first period. You know, I'm sure Hastings too, kind of looking forward at 182 and 195. If they can get wins at this one in the next 2 weights, they don't have to wrestle Austin LaFleur as a state-ranked wrestler.
And I'm guessing that's coming into the minds of the coaches. Where can we maybe hold him off and save him for the final match, if possible? Save him for that individual tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the big picture-wise, right, you got to worry about the individual as well as the team. And if the match is out of hand, you don't necessarily need him to wrestle.
Right, and as much as Austin would love to wrestle, okay, it's better for the team that he does, you know, if we can hold off and secure it before we get to 220.
Yeah, so at the end of the first period, no escape. 5-3 in favor of Xander Hallis. Yeah, talking to Austin's mom after that first round match, she was kind of relieved he didn't actually wrestle.
Yep.
Which I totally get, especially with the match out of hand. All right, Hallis will choose down in the second period. Quickly out.
Man,
nicely done.
He's got great movement on bottom today. Because he was held out of the Anoka match, so this is his first match of the day, and I love to see great movement on bottom. He's attacking on the feet.
Yeah, good reshot there by Apple Valley. Good sprawl and re-attack.
Continue to break that lock. Yep.
He can pull that elbow, elevate that elbow.
You're
going to be
hit him with the hip.
He can step over and elevate that elbow. He should have a takedown. He's stepping over. There it is again.
And all that does is it puts more pressure on that shoulder, tries to break that lock a little bit quicker so you can actually get around behind.
You know, it's amazing too, like watching the state tournament, there's matches where you think you're heavily favored, but somehow you rise to the occasion. When the bright lights are on, somehow that gap narrows sometimes. We've seen it in a couple matches in this duel where guys don't get pinned, don't give up bonus points. They wrestle different when it's in the state tournament and there's a lot on the line.
Absolutely. You know, you saw that, you could say that in the Creed-Peterson match. You know, close match, and you just find one opening and you take advantage of it.
All right, so we got about a minute left in the second period. Hallis in the lead, 8-3, looking for more.
Continuing to work on that butcher, trying to pull him into that cradle. We have 40 seconds left. Continue to grind on top.
You know, at some point too, we've talked about this before, but if a guy's just absolutely stubborn and you can't turn him, maybe you switch back to going on your feet and trying to go that route.
I wouldn't do that quite with 25 seconds left. I'd
nice
like to
mat
see
return. I like that.
Continue to see that pressure on top. Maybe move more in the third period, absolutely, but 15 seconds down.
It is Apple Valley's choice in the third period, so it will be interesting to see what they choose to do as we kind of progress into it. They want to keep this as close as possible, knowing that the next 2 weights they're not going to be favored in.
Correct.
And it is still a 3-point match. I mean, it's 20-17 right now in favor of Hastings, but it's anyone's match at this point in time.
And they are going to go down. We'll see if Xander wants to continue to ride him on top, elevate that leg is what he's seeing from the coach's corner there. So I think he wants to elevate that leg and try to work right into his cradle or into a Turk.
Yeah, so Valley did choose down in that third period. Probably not a huge surprise here. We hadn't had any success turning him.
And one thing is, as a coach, you're sitting there, you're looking at this match, and you saw that foot, those toes were curled up a little bit. We call that handles, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. No, just based off what I've seen in this duel, too, I will say I'm excited to see how good Valley's going to be next year. They return a lot of good wrestlers, and they've impressed me in this match.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're not rolling over for Hastings one bit.
I think they've wrestled, 2 seniors so far, and they have one more senior down at 220.
Yeah.
They're a young team.
They are.
very similar to us.
Yeah, I mean, they have 2 more seniors coming up at 195, 220, but they got backups that are right there, too. I mean, the future's bright for this Valley program, and you can tell they're building within and doing it the right way.
Yep.
All right, it is 8-3 with about a minute and 15 seconds left. Xander Hallis well in control. We talked about it before. At some point, do you just let him go? Calling stalling green on Xander. They saying he's not getting off to the side.
And I'm wondering, being up by 5, are they looking for one more turn for Xander to get that, try to get a major
That
there?
could be.
Continue to keep the pressure on top. Maybe they feel like this is a better advantage being on top rather than on the feet, where it's more of a
little more risky, right?
Yes.
You got a chance to go to your back. All right, I've got a minute left in the third period. Xander in control, 8-3. Give credit to this Valley kid, though. Mock is battling. I mean, not giving up anything against a senior state qualifier. Coaches have to be happy with his performance.
Absolutely.
Comes up to his feet, 8-4. 30 seconds left.
Was able to sneak that right leg out. That was slick.
Yeah. Wizards hard. Let's see if he can get something with this. If he just circles behind, he'll get it.
They've been in this position several times today, and Xander's been able to break the lock and get around behind for his 2 points. There you go. Elevate the leg. Oh,
all right, stalemate position. Back up to our feet. 10 seconds left in the match.
Now, if you're Xander, grabbing hands, one thing you don't want to do is go to your back here, off the feet. 5 seconds. I think we're pretty safe.
And not that I'm looking at the other map, but all of a sudden, Wilmer creeps up into the lead, 29-28 over there.
Yeah.
All right, so with that decision, 8-4 win, Hastings will be leading 23-17, going into 182 pounds, which will take us to Ian Peppel, who's bumping up to 182 pounds. Ian's a junior with a 32-9 record, a recent section champ. He's going to take on AJ Garcia, a sophomore with a 16-21 record. But again, I need to restate this: records can be deceiving.
Yes.
And they've wrestled some tough competition.
Well, and the last wrestler from Valley, he definitely showed that. He wrestled that battle against Xander, a state qualifier, wrestled him very tough.
Yeah. All right, so realistically, kind of thinking ahead here, you win this one, you win 195, match is out of hand, right? So the Raiders are thinking they got to win these next 2 and ice it. Nice shot by Ian Peppel, nice finish. That was slick. Against a bigger, stronger kid, definitely don't want to tie up with them. You want to wrestle with technique, precision, and speed.
Yep.
Early 2-0 lead for Ian Peppel. Garcia looks like a pretty solid sophomore at 182 pounds. Very well built.
It'll be interesting to see what Valley does here at the end, because it doesn't look like they have a heavyweight on roster. They've got several 220-pounders. They're going to obviously have to bump up to Blake Clements from Hastings, and it'll be interesting to see how they switch those wrestlers out.
For sure. All right, with that, it's 2-0 so far, 45 seconds into the match. Peppel with a nice breakdown. Again, if this match ends up with a Hastings Raiders victory, they will take on the winner of the Wilmer Northfield match.
What a close duel that is right now, too.
Yeah.
A couple of good ones. We're at 17-23.
I believe Wilmer is in the lead of that duel as well, I believe.
Okay.
I could be wrong on that. It's kind of hard to look at that from afar. Potentially dangerous on Peppel on that top position. 45 seconds left in that first period. Still up 2-0. Well in control here. Yeah, one thing, you watch Peppel wrestle, just long, lean, tough to score on. He had a tough first round match against a ranked wrestler from Anoka. Looking more like himself in this match. I like it.
Jump up to a half here.
Twenty-five seconds left in the first period.
Continuing to try to roll in those wrists, stay in those good positions. He almost had him close to that potentially dangerous in a move there, trying to get him to his back, but he's wrestling really tough on top.
Again, you can tell the Valley coaches are going out there telling him, don't get pinned.
Yep.
Wrestle solid, don't get pinned. You wrestle different when you're looking to score and looking for big points, but right now, just don't give up anything big. All right, after the first period, Peppel leads 2-0. It is Hastings' choice. They're going to go down right away.
all you're looking for Ian to do now. He's up 2-0, but now we need to start widening that lead. You've had a period to feel him out. Now what we want to do is we want to score more points, widen that lead.
Looking for a Granby roll and get his leg free. He might have it.
Smart by Garcia, lowering those hips, making Ian drag his entire weight.
Yeah, keeping that knee right behind him. Yep. Wisely just kicks out, gives out the one. Smart wrestling by Ian Peppel. Okay, he's got a single leg up on his feet, though. Ian's got a whizzer. This is dangerous. Got to scoot. Gives up the takedown just
takedown.
like that.
3-2.
Just like that, it's 3-2.
We're back on bottom. Come up on top, or get up on your feet. Maybe work for that Granby, because he got into that Granby position, but he was able to just sneak out. See if we can do that again.
Yeah, 90 seconds left in the second period. Garcia's really battling tough here, keeping that match close. Peppel working to get up to his feet, gets the escape. It's now 4-2. About a minute left in the second period. Peppel looking to get to his leg attacks. Nice slide by attempt. Joe's out of bounds, just steps out of bounds and has to restart in the middle.
You got him stepping on that slide by. That was awesome.
The guy that's attacked the legs in this match is the one that's been scoring. And just as we speak, he gets deep on that shot and finishes.
You called it again.
Peppel with those long arms goes to work, tries to work that cradle. Got a nice cross face to see what he can do with this. Garcia battling tough.
He's got those long arms. Continue to push. He wants to push that right elbow forward, trying to reach across, grabbing that arm, maybe move into a butcher or a cradle position. Throws in the legs. Interesting.
Stretching him out, see if we can get a power half on this.
He's got him turned just a little bit. Just punch that mat. Get
Yeah,
that
if he can
right
get his
hand
right
down.
wrist to the mat, he might have a chance, but as we speak, he fights his shoulder down.
10 seconds left here.
Yeah, so third period, it is Apple Valley's choice. Ooh, he's got a tight half Nelson. Can he get him over the top? Let's see if he can get back points. There, let's see if he can finish him up. Does he get the two near fall on it? Did he give him the two?
They look like he didn't get that last swipe there.
All right, maybe Valley will rethink their choice here after seeing what happened. They're going to go neutral. I think that's smart.
Absolutely. At the very end, that changes your mindset a little bit, getting turned so close.
Yeah, so it's 6-2 going to the third period. Peppel well in control for the most part. Gave up one takedown in that second period right at the beginning. But other than that, he's been well in control.
Yep.
I would love to see Ian get back on top and get after that half Nelson with those long arms of his.
For sure. But like you said, the one who's been scoring is the one that's on the attack for the legs.
Yeah.
There's Garcia on a shot.
Not going to score with that unless you clear those arms. They go out of bounds, they're going to restart on their feet.
So it'd be nice to see Ian attack here for his leg shot.
Nice
Garcia
high crotch
back
attempt,
down.
nothing doing. See if Ian can get around and get the two. Got his arm locked up, which is not advantageous for scoring a takedown here.
Ooh, that was a good word. Advantageous.
Been saving it all day.
Yeah.
Gets the takedown, extends his lead to 8-2 with 90 seconds left. You're the Raiders, you want bonus here, so let's try to see if we can get a turn. He's got a cradle locked up. This is dangerous.
Wants to get that leg out.
Yeah, oh, he
Garcia.
breaks that grip.
Oh.
Savvy wrestling, though,
Yes.
by Garcia, just not giving that up.
But continue to grind on top. We only need, if you turn him once, just get that quick 2 count. You have the major here. You're up by 6. And he's been close to turning him a couple of times.
Yeah, 1 minute left in the match. Again, Hastings urging him on, trying to get that last turn.
Can he get to that mat return? Drops.
Gets the escape. It's now 8-3. Ian's going to need 2 takedowns to get the major here, so he's got to really pick up the pace if that's what he wants to do. Garcia in on a single leg, though.
If he could just...
Ooh, nice. Good.
Slippery.
They're going to cut him, I bet, one more time here, I'm guessing.
Get one more takedown here.
30 seconds left. Oh, they're going to
Let's
ride
see
him
if
out.
We got 25. Ian continuing to just keep the pressure on top.
So they're going to call stalling green. Interesting. I'm not really sure why. He's off to the side with that. You can see the Hastings wrestling fans urging him to cut him and take him down.
Yep.
All right, that'll finish us up with 10 seconds left here. Let's see if we can
get one more turn.
With 3 seconds left, that'll wrap up the duel, or wrap up the match, excuse me, and extend the Hastings lead from 23 to 26 to 17, which will take us to 195 pounds, where the Raiders will send out junior Rico Cooper. And Rico is a 182-pounder bumping up. Had a massive win against Anoka in the first round against Jaden Brandt, picking up a pin.
Yeah, he's been wrestling phenomenally lately.
Yeah. See what Apple Valley's going to throw out there. It looks like this is Parker Muth, I believe, a senior. They're going to bump him up to 220, or excuse me, they're going to keep him at 195, excuse me. They're going to send Parker Muth out there against Rico Cooper.
And now if Hastings is looking at this match, we're up by 9. If you get a major tech or a pin, that seals the duel.
Yep, absolutely.
And that would be nice to allow Austin just another match, not to have to wrestle.
Nope.
And because he's very, very vital to our team, especially up top.
Yeah, and if you're the coaching staff, you tell Rico you just go out there and wrestle your match.
Yep.
And score points, right?
Yep.
Just like he did in that first match. When the opening was there, he hit it hard and took the kid to the back and pinned him.
Absolutely. Don't force anything. Don't go out and try to be a hero. Just wrestle your match.
Ooh, dangerous position here. Nothing yet. Nothing. Are they going to call an illegal headlock on this? Gave the takedown. Looks like the Apple Valley wrestler tweaked something. Oh, he's bleeding. I didn't know if they called an illegal headlock. The arm slipped out. Yep. So it's 2-0 there with a takedown early on in this match. Rico looking for something bigger. He's got to make sure he stays off his knees on that whip over.
Yeah, it'd be nice to stay in that good position, because Rico is a very, very quick wrestler on his feet, and he's got small, just absolute bursts of pure power, and that's kind of what we saw over there, where we almost tried to throw that whip over there, or that cow catcher, and it kind of over rotated just a little bit. So when I'm looking at Rico, is just wrestle your match like you mentioned, and things will take care of themselves.
So just a heads up for wrestling fans here. Looks like Wilmer did end up losing the match. Looks like it's 34-35. So Northfield ended up pulling off the win, which means that the winner of this match will be wrestling Northfield, I believe. It's kind of hard to tell from afar, but I believe that's the case.
They kind of walked off the mat already.
Yeah. We'll find out soon and keep you guys posted. We have wrestled Northfield earlier in the year. We have not wrestled Wilmer. All right, here we go. We got 1 minute and 18 seconds. They're still doing blood time with Muth here, making sure he's ready to rock.
You know, one thing that there's been a lot of great wrestling happening from the Hastings side. I've been very impressed by the way they have stepped up after a tough loss to Anoka. They've been stepping up and wrestling very, very, very tough.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
And just like that, a big upset on Mat 1 as Royalton Uppsala pulls out a victory. All right, here we go. Rico Cooper back at it. Minute 14 seconds, excuse me, left in that first period. It's up 2-0 on Parker Muth.
There you go. Trying to pull that wrist under, sucking him under.
He's got a wrist in half here. Muth just kind of reaching back, trying to get that leg out of there.
He doesn't like it. He's kind of blocking it from fully going in. Now Rico's got it. Cinched in there maybe? Nope, not quite.
Still 2-0, 40 seconds left. Rico in no danger here, wisely controlling from that top position.
There you go, coming across to the arm.
Apple Valley wrestler bleeding yet again here. Now, just a heads up for fans too, you might see a running clock going with blood time. They get X amount of blood time before the match basically ends. If they continue to bleed, the match ends.
I believe that time is 5 minutes. So right now, if you're looking at, we can see the clock from here. There's about under 4 minutes left in blood time. So if this continues to happen, The coaches have to be aware of that clock as well.
Pretty rare that a wrestler would be disqualified or have to forfeit the match because of blood, but it does happen every once in a great while. As you start getting closer to that time, you'll see the coaches getting a little more frantic to get things taken care of.
Hustling out quicker.
Yeah, on the Hastings side right now, you're talking to Rico, you're up 2-0, you got a little bit of time left in the first period. What do you tell him? What do you tell him to do when you go back out there and you go back and wrestle?
You know, one thing I want him to do is just kind of stay fresh. I try to calm him down at those points because it's not easy starting, stopping, starting again, stopping again, especially when you start feeling that you're in a rhythm. Okay, so one thing you got to do is you can't get frustrated in these situations because when wrestlers tend to get frustrated when all of a sudden they feel like they're doing really well, they get into a rhythm like I mentioned, and then all of a sudden something stops it. The ref has to stop it because there's blood. It gets into your head. So one thing that you want to make sure you do is keep a clear head.
All right, so back at it here. They cut blood time. 30 seconds left in the first period. Rico still up 2-0. Good breakdown. I love to see that getting after those ankles, driving them flat.
Yep. Continuing to tie up those wrists. You take out that one spot. Ooh, that was
dangerously close to a pin there. They had him stacked up for a second. Youth coming up front, just reaching back for that, going back to that stack again.
He wants that leg. Enrico's kind of getting into that position.
Again, dangerously close to a turn, but first period's going to end with a 2-0 lead for Rico Cooper. Oh, he's bleeding yet again, which will take us to under 3 minutes, I believe, of blood time.
But he's got to. I wonder if they started. They do start it. I was wondering if they stopped it just because it's the middle of the period in the choice here. So.
Yeah, they keep that blood time running regardless.
Okay.
And so even if it's at the end of a period, if that blood is not stopped, it will continue. And again, at what point, I wonder, do you start getting really nervous? I think anything under 2, you start getting nervous that this blood's going to continue.
You know, honestly, when I don't see the 3 number up there, I start my heart. But I'm kind of a worrier. So.
Well, I have seen some elaborate tape jobs too, where they literally tape it around the guy's waist to stop the bleeding. Which hopefully they don't have to for his own sake.
And because getting that tape off is not fun.
Yeah, Hastings' choice here, second period. We're going neutral. No
Rico,
caution on that.
Yep, Rico just wants to get that ankle there. He likes to drop down an ankle pick right away, times that whistle. When you're not ready, there it is. Oh.
Nice, good finish. I love it. Switches from that ankle pick, comes up to the body. He's bleeding again.
Oh, nope.
Nope.
Potentially dangerous
Okay,
there.
arm was trapped. I get it. Looks like we're bleeding again, though.
You called them both.
He signaled potentially dangerous.
I did see that, yep. So when you look at that, that's when I was talking about Rico before, those small, short bursts of power, that took 8 seconds.
Yeah,
but
I think you go back to your feet. You took this kid down so quick. It's 4-0 right now at this point. He's going to cut him.
And he's been
right on cue.
Yes, he's been successful on the feet, continued to do that.
All right, so they'll make it 4-1 after they fix the score here. Good shot attempt, not so much there.
There's
he counters
2.
it pretty easily. Should be, I believe, 6-2 if I'm doing my math correct. You're the math teacher, though.
I believe it should be 6-1.
But he gave him the escape there,
He gave him the escape. That was only 1.
Oh, yeah. That's why I have you here, Mitch.
Yep. No, my math is great, but my memory is not so great.
That's where I come in.
That's what I like.
All right, we got about 90 seconds left. They got to check the score on this one. Is there more blood time? I have noticed, though, in the last 2 blood timeouts here, they haven't had the clock running. There it is. What else do you have to look at in a match like this after there's so many timeouts, right?
Yeah, right. You look at we're the last remaining match out of all these eight mats, and now you gotta again taking another break, and there's that 3 number still at 3:04 because they do stop it every time the blood actually stops, or they plug it. They do stop it, and then they can clean up their hands and the rest of them.
Have you ever seen a match actually stop because of blood time?
I remember one very, very close match, and I don't know how they had to stick the nose plug up that nose so far. It was a little it was
6 to
interesting
2.
to see.
Back on our feet, gets a slide by. Let's see if he can score with this.
He's in
Gets the
that
2.
stretcher position. Oh, I
He's
thought
going to
Rico
keep
was
that
gonna try
leg
that
and try to score from here. I don't think he's going to do it, but at least he gets the 2. It's now 8 to 2 with a minute left.
Trying to stack him here. This is kind of an awkward position with your leg caught. That left leg is caught up underneath him.
Might switch off to like an inside cradle here. A couple times Muth has been close to going over.
Yeah.
He's got that leg stepped through though. Unfortunately, there goes the cotton ball yet again. 45 seconds in the second period. We got more blood action going on here.
And I think the coach is kind of used to it because the second they blow the whistle, he's got his paper towels all ready to go.
Hey, let's give a quick shout out to Hunter Pinky and Ian Andrusak while we have a little time here. These guys do a wonderful job for HCTV Sports. Not only in the wrestling realm, but sports in general. They do a great job promoting sports in Hastings. And I think it's awesome that they got access here at the state tournament for us to come here and provide play-by-play.
It's fantastic, and it's fantastic for Raider Sports to have a couple of guys like that just doing their job. But you know what? I kind of enjoy reaping the benefits of it because we got great seats watching this wrestling match.
Absolutely. All right, back on our feet. They're going to cut them yet again. 8 to 3 now.
Looks like we might have got poked in the eye or something. Rico just needed.
Based on his body language, it looked like it was an eye poke. Nice shot. See if he can finish.
Bring that right hand. He's got the hips covered.
Nice finish. It's now 10 to 3. He's got 30 seconds left. See if he can either rat him out or cut him one more time.
This match has been going on for a while, so it's
he's got him
still
stacked up.
Second period with 25 seconds, still second period. So we got another period to go here.
Longest 2 periods ever.
Yep.
Huh?
Looks like he's trying to work that bar.
15 seconds left in the period.
There's that
Rico
bar to
well
the
in
left
control
side.
here. See if he can take some big steps and run him over the top here. 10 seconds left.
He's trying to work that shoulder through the ear, work across, big steps. Get a quick turn here at the end.
Kind of lost that wrist on that one, otherwise he'd be in control. Hey, after the second period, it is 10 to 3. Rico Cooper well in control here. Red's going top, which I think that's a wise move given how the first 2 periods have played out.
Yeah, it's about the only position he hasn't been in. So it's a good gamble there. Maybe try to ride out some time. Rico's been in control on the feet. He's been in control when he's been on top. Might as well try that last position.
Hey, it's good to see our conference well represented here with Simley going to be in the state semifinals in the next round. It's great to see other programs in our conference finding success. Shocker here, but we're back to blood time yet again.
No, it's 2:45. I could start announcing the time as it goes down just to fill the air because I think we've had quite a few breaks here.
Yeah. So 10 to 3, obviously you get the major decision here. That ices the duel for the Raiders, right? So, you know, if you're Coach Hanneberg, you talk about simple escapes. Get to your feet, get away as soon as you possibly can, extend your lead to 11 to 3. You do that. We've seen that he's been able to take them down kind of at will.
Yeah, but the other thing was right before this set of blood time kind of came up, Rico was close to getting a switch. He was just bringing his hips around, going for 2. So if he gets that 9-point lead, gives you a little bit of a cushion. He's already been dominant. Dominant, you mentioned on the feet, but he's also been dominant on top.
Okay, so back at it here. Rico quick to his feet here. No escape yet. Goes 3 in a row to his back. Ooh, that was nice.
That was nice.
He's got the reversal, and he's going to have back points. He switches off.
They didn't get any back points because they called that takedown just a little bit later.
Okay, but he gets the reversal with key points for the Raiders. It's now 12 to 3 in favor of Hastings.
It's having that 1-point cushion, being up by 1, kind of protects you from a last-minute escape and losing that major.
Yeah. So I've noticed Muth on bottom. What he's been doing a lot of, which hasn't really worked for him, is reaching back. You expose yourself to so many things.
And what I think he's trying to do is he's trying to get that Granby. The way his arm was draped around Rico.
All right, it is 12 to 4. Back on our feet, but yet again, another blood time. So 2.5 minutes of blood time left over. You rarely see it get to this point.
No, No, and not only because it's a break. I mentioned it earlier. It's a break in your wrestling, and Rico is, as you wrestle, it's definitely something that you feel, and you get into the flow of a match. And when it gets chopped up like that, it's hard to get your body ready to go again.
Yeah.
It's cooling down. It's not the warmest in this arena either.
No.
You know, I'm sitting in a sweatshirt and I'm kind of cold right now, and he's down there in a singlet and trying to keep your muscles warm when they constantly get breaks is not easy.
Yeah, and more important, the mental part of it, right? Like
Yes.
you're feeling in flow. Rico's been looking really good on his feet, and all of a sudden you have to, kind of reposition and regroup and get yourself ready mentally. Back on our feet though, it's 12-4, minute left in the match. Rico looking to extend his lead and ice this duel for the Raiders.
There's a nice shot there down on a low single. Can he come up through the
Coming
middle?
through the backside. Let's see if he can.
Oh.
Oh, they're going to give him a penalty point on this one.
Yep.
That's an illegal move. You cannot figure four, or scissors the head, I should say. That is illegal, and he'll get a team point for that, or a match point, I
Match
should
point,
say.
Yep.
Oh, nice duck under. That was really
Went
nice.
from an ankle pick to a duck under.
So extends the lead to 14-4. Again, he's been trying
Continuing-
that stack the entire match. Hasn't had it yet, though.
And I think it should be, because of that penalty point, it should be 15-4 here. He's got that arm bar.
They corrected it there, Coach. You got it. So, Coach, while we're sidetracked here, because the dual meet is pretty much done after this if it stays the way it is. You got four final teams.
Yep.
Who do you think wins it all? We got St. Michael versus Anoka, right? We
Yep.
got Stillwater. We got Shakopee. Who do you think is going to win it all?
You know, St. Michael is a team that's on a mission this year, and that's kind of been their go-to recently. Is they're a very, very, very tough team. They continue to reload every single year, so I think STMA is definitely the team to beat. The duel that I would be more excited to watch this next round is going to be the Shakopee and Stillwater. I think that's
Yeah.
going to be a barn burner.
All right, with that will take us to a team score of 30-17. Raiders, sizable lead, 13-point lead, which will take us to 220 pounds. The Raiders will send out Austin LaFleur. Let's see who Apple Valley sends out. They do have a ranked wrestler in Connor Elliott, a senior who's 35-9. Connor is ranked in the state as well. He's currently, he was a section champ and 8th at the Christmas tournament. LaFleur did defeat him at the Christmas tournament 8-6. Looks like they're going to have that match happen here.
And I'm wondering if LaFleur kind of begged the coaches to wrestle in this one, because I know he was pretty disappointed not wrestling in that first match against Anoka. I wonder if that came into play a little bit.
Could be. You could see the disappointment on his face on
Yep.
that last round. Yeah, and I'm sure, from Apple Valley's perspective, he wants a rematch against LaFleur.
Right.
Lost a close one. Good attempts by Elliott so far. Both guys pushing the pace. Ooh, nice fireman.
Great
Carry.
fireman.
Nice.
Nice.
That was beautiful. Felt the pressure and hit it hard. Well done. Gets the 2.
The one thing on that fireman is he kept that arm. There's so much leverage that you need with that arm as he goes down on his shot that he was able to keep that arm and pull him right over the top.
I know Austin's very motivated. I remember what he told me is they want him to remember his name and earn their respect. And I think that maybe this for him is, listen, I want to prove I can beat this kid again. Maybe even extend it out.
Yep.
Good mat return. Riding tough on top. Well done by Austin LaFleur. 45 seconds in with a 2-0 lead.
I like those mat returns. You know, that back trip, dropping down, it's something that you have to happen, or has to happen quick. Otherwise, you're caught on your knees and you're kind of caught in a bad position in textbook. That was a textbook mat return.
These are two big men that have really good balance and really good athleticism. You can see it in just the way they
Yes.
move.
And that's what those top kids in state typically do. You know, Connor Elliott, he's almost a 40 match winner here. And Austin being coming in, he's been in and out of the rankings throughout the year. These are two kids that know how to wrestle.
Yeah, and both of them, they could see each other in the individual state portion as well. So, not that matters because
Yep.
they seed the tournament, but again, it's a confidence booster for both guys, whoever comes out on top.
Correct.
Elliott with the escape. It's now 2-1. 45 seconds left in the first period.
I'd like to see him get back in on his shots. That first shot that he took was so decisive.
Elliott goes slide by, but they go out of bounds.
So decisive on the shot. He set it up beautifully and then kind of just pulled him over.
Yeah, Connor Elliott is a senior. Austin LaFleur, a junior. Austin, a lot of experience on the varsity level.
And Connor Elliott, kind of the same thing. He was a section champ. They mentioned, or you mentioned earlier, that they've already wrestled, and this is kind of goes who's going to win the second meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, LaFleur, section runner-up, lost to Mueller from East Ridge. But again, we talked about it. He wants to make a name for himself, and this is the time to do it. Early 2-1 lead for Austin LaFleur. His choice. He's going to go down. Probably his best position is in that down position. He does a really good job of moving.
Yes.
I'll say it again, though. After watching Apple Valley on paper, I thought, well, this isn't going to be that close of a duel. They've actually really closed out this duel and made it relatively competitive.
I am much more comfortable having a 13-point lead with two weights to go. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Having it sealed up at 195. But one thing that I've been impressed with is Hastings has wrestled quite well in this duel.
Yeah. Much better than the first round.
Yes.
You see a sense of urgency, a lot of guys scoring. It's good to see. Austin LaFleur gets the escape up to his feet. Austin LaFleur's kind of had an up and down year. He was a runner-up at the Bi-States tournament, one of the premier tournaments in Wisconsin. And then kind of got banged up a little bit near the end of the year, hurt his knee. Oh, he's going to give up a takedown here. They'll tie the score 3-3. Nice shot there by Elliott, finishing him off there.
He had that whizzer in, and it just didn't feel comfortable in that position. The whizzer was a little too far back. It's better to kind of bail out and wrestle for another one.
Yeah, it is 3-3 here with a minute left. It goes out of bounds. It's really important that Austin gets away and gets a point here because you know Elliott's going to go down in that third period.
And you hear the cheering going on, and they've got the wave going on in the bottom row. You know, it's one thing that has never lost its appeal is the wave, the human wave.
And if you guys could see the X right now, it is absolutely packed full of fans. Up to his feet, he gets the escape here. It's now 4-3 in favor of LaFleur. Oh, nice shot by Elliott. Very good switch. Ooh, nice counter.
Wow.
Well done by Austin LaFleur.
He snuck that arm on the inside. I did not expect that one.
Kind of a half butcher position here, turking that long arm of Elliott's across his body, trying to score here. Wisely just stays behind. 25 seconds left in that second period. The applause you hear is not for Austin LaFleur, it's for the wave.
You know what? I think they're clapping for both.
Whatever makes you feel good, Mason.
Yep.
Mitch, sorry.
That's exactly right.
All right, 10 seconds left in the second period. LaFleur riding tough here. It'll finish up the second period with a 6-3 lead. It is Elliott's choice. He's going to go back down. I can see him, the coach is signaling to him. And
one thing, you know what? Elliott's been in on a couple of deep shots there. Okay, he does have a very, very nice shot. Austin just nice, great counter, bringing that arm on the inside and not allowing Elliott to get any closer.
It was kind of cool to see right before this match we had Simley on the edge of our mat. Ooh, nice reversal there by Elliott. Now, he's got a 1-point lead, right? He's going to cut him because he knows he's going to get another takedown. It's now 7-5.
Yep.
But I was going to say it was cool to see all the Simley guys lined up on the mat kind of cheering on the Hastings guys. It was kind of cool to see. Know that they're a common opponent and a lot of respect for each other.
Common conference. You know, they're both conference opponents. It is cool to see.
90 seconds left. LaFleur holding a 2-point lead.
Now he's just got to stay in good position. Now, Connor Elliott, he's been, like I mentioned before, he's been in on several deep shots here. So Austin just got to stay in good position, controlling hands, and if there's an opportunity, take advantage of it.
Yeah, for sure. At this point, you don't have to risk anything. You don't have to dive in on a shot. You just stay in good position. Don't let him get deep on your shot. You can block with your arms, get a good sprawl if need be. Elliott's got to push the pace, right?
Yep. And I like the head position.
Ooh, nice shot. See if you can finish. You can't get extended here.
Okay.
Elliott's got tree trunk legs. You don't want to be here.
Suck that leg in. Right now, he's kind of stretched out a little bit. He's working for a stalemate. Elliott's trying to. Luckily, we got that stalemate. Here, I'm sitting here squirming in my seat. Sorry if I keep bumping you. But
45 seconds left in the match. Still a 7-5 lead for Austin LaFlay. Working a 2-on-1 position, just trying to block him from taking any shot. He scoops the leg, nothing doing. Still in that 2-on-1 position. Switches off to a single. If he can come up with it, he can score here. Nothing doing yet. He kicks out. Nothing yet. Well done by Elliott.
But one thing that was a really, really great position Austin was in, using that 2-on-1, dropping down to the single. And Elliott was just smart, picked his moment to kick out.
Yeah, 30 seconds left. You may see a lot of fans with their lights on their cell phone right now. They want to see some action. I really don't right now because I want to see a safe match.
Yeah, right. A safe, smart match. Right
10 seconds left. See if Austin can hold him off here. Doesn't need anything
Not where I
big.
wanna be.
Oh!
And he got put to his back.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can.
And time is up. With the takedown and the near fall, Elliott will take the match.
He was trying to go for that big move there, and Elliott just kind of felt it coming.
Yeah. Hey, credit to Austin though for getting out there and wrestling. I think he's obviously got a banged up knee. He wanted this match.
Right.
With that, it'll take us to heavyweight. Raiders holding on to a 30-20 lead, where Blake Clemens will take the mat against Devontae McElroy, a freshman who's 0-1 on the year.
Hastings still has that 23-30 lead, or 30-23 lead. Or no.
It's 30-20.
30-20,
Yep.
because for a second there I thought they did call a pin at the end.
No worries.
30-20. Thank you.
All right, Blake Clemens with a nice slide by. See if he can finish. Nice mat return. Beautiful. For those that don't know Blake Clemens' story, he wrestled a little bit at 170, 182, maybe a little 195 last year. He's kind of been all over the place. Really packed on a lot of muscle, strength in the last year, and he's bumped up to heavyweight. He's a legit 285 now. Probably tipping the scale in the 240 range.
But athletic 240, and you could see it on that lift.
Yeah, and did a ton of off-season wrestling as well. Locking up a cradle, see if he can finish him off here. Got that pretty tight. See if he can flatten that bottom shoulder. Gets the 2-point near fall, switching back to a cross-face position. Going back to that cradle. McElroy wisely takes his leg back away. He's got that arm bar locked up. See if he can use this.
50 seconds left. Drive that shoulder through the ear.
If you keep him on the mat here, he might be in dangerous position.
Can he circle him back on, you think? He's kind of in that
He's got to keep it
tough
towing.
spot.
Yeah, he's going to step off, I think.
But
oh,
no, wow.
Nicely done. Little Houdiniac trying to stay in here. And he gets
I
the
did
pin.
not see that one coming.
All right,
Once he got those hips turned and hips flipped, he brought his foot back in. That was awesome.
Yeah, well, a good finish for the Raiders. Obviously, after the letdown at 220 a little bit, they finished with a pin. Blake Clemens finishes up for the Raiders, 36-20 over the Apple Valley Eagles. Our Hastings Raiders will wrestle in the Consolation Championships, and we'll find out their opponent in just a little bit. Great job by the Raiders, and thank you for tuning in to watch the state tournament. We have one more round coming up. Big shout out to Hunter Pinky and Ian Andrusak for doing this, supporting the sports of Hastings and promoting the sport of wrestling. We'll see you soon.